should see it now.
We're so close. Thanks to generous believers, we're nearly.
What you like?
I just hold mine. Go. Okay.
What you like?
Just hold mine. Go.
Why me is in the chat. Lola Lauren's in the chat. Hey, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear us good? Hello, you too. Hey,
What they say?
happy to see you. Right here. What's up? Hey, how y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Nice to meet you again in person. How are we? Are we clear? Do you see us nice and clear?
Lola
Okay.
said, I'm good. Okay, cool.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you want to go ahead and get started, too?
Let's rock and roll. Let's give it. Let's start the normal with the normal introduction first. How we do things, Jack.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Let's go. It's on you this time.
No,
I want you to do it.
You know I don't do your intro like you.
Well, people are already stealing my intro. Y'all know my intro,
goodness.
And it's crazy because I was like the only person that's doing it like that. To shout out to all my family. Now people took my intro, y'all.
Exactly. We got
that's a whole nother thing.
Dang. We got 7 people in the chat. T, you see
you and hear you. Okay, cool. Shout out to my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my nieces, my nephews, my grandpas, my grandmas,
grandpas,
and I had to do a special one. Retired federal civilian, side chick, not in the chat yet, but she was like, she part of the family now with the 4th cousin. She had a very funny one, y'all. It was the 4th cousin on the baby daddy side that's married to the aunt on your mom's side. I was like, whoa. I said, I'm going to definitely bring that one up. So shout out to everybody out there. And while we got everybody in the chat, we got to also say shout out to Lola, who's in the building. Shout out to Jill. Shout out to Why Me, who's in the building. You said there's some other names. I'm not seeing the other names, but shout out to everybody out there. And so
before we get into it, okay, Why Me? We are calling you out because you are in the chat right now. So we went to our back studio analytics, and y'all wouldn't believe this. Across all our channels, Why Me has left over 100 plus comments. Shout out to Why Me.
A lot of support and love.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to
Sunshine, how you doing?
Shout out to Sunshine. Sunshine just hopped in the building. We just starting up doing our shout outs right now. We just gave a couple shout outs, of course. We talk about how people actually stole our shout outs now, and somebody actually stole my full title and thumbnail too. It's crazy. We taking so many people down.
Exactly.
But
I talk like that too.
Okay.
Nice. This is going to be, okay, so they said they were looking forward to this all day. Yes, y'all, this is going to be a nice interactive video. We want y'all to chat it up. We want y'all to like it up, hype this up as far as you can.
Hype me up.
Because, hype me up. That is my song. be the whole day. But yes, however you are feeling, we're watching. We got the chat going. You might see it in slow-mo, but we see it in live time where we're going to respond, type whatever you want in the comments. Y'all already seen the title, because this is one for the numbers. But we're gonna keep on with the shout outs and people coming in. We're up to 10 people in the chat. Shout out to everybody that has made it to this chat. Make sure you let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, you gotta drop a comment in the chat. Let us know you're here, because we see some numbers in the chat, but we don't see the names. Lindy C is in the building. Lindy C just popped up. Shout out to Lindy C. We're just doing the shout outs right now before we go ahead and get started. So,
and another one, since Lindy C, you just got in the building. You missed it. Why me? Had over 100 comments that she left across all channels. And you as well have left over 100 comments across all channels.
Shout out to Larry.
Thank you for the support.
Larry
Thank you.
just got in the building
Larry,
too.
How you
Shout out to
doing?
Larry. Larry just arrived in the building. So what you want to start with? You want to start with, and go ahead and start with what you talk about on your channel a bit, because it's going to be a different spin, because I'm going to be talking about it too. So you want to talk about that first?
No,
or you want to go ahead
start with you.
You want to start with what?
I want to start with you.
All right. To start with me, I want to start with some things about like the shutdown, because the votes on the shutdown, everybody was like, yeah, that's not, a major factor. I want to start with the shutdown because the thing about it, you guys, is that when the shutdown initially happened and I announced, hey, this thing done affected me, unfortunately, y'all know a lot of the trolls came to my page, and what a lot of people were saying, I got probably definitely over 100 comments. People were like, hey, this thing is only going to last 3 days. 3 days passed. Oh, this thing only going to last 5 days. 5 days passed. 7 days. 7 days passed, right? Everybody kept saying, oh, this ain't nothing big to worry about. And now look at where we at. Like, I didn't lost count on what days we're on. I don't know if we're on day 37, day 36, 38, but
I think this day shows 35 like for this one.
I don't know what day it is, but it's a big thing. And a lot of times too with that, I was telling people, that were coming in trolling, you never know the effect it can have on anybody, because there are families out there who have nothing and they literally spend down to their last, but the bills are still due. Those bill collectors and the rent and everything don't stop. And then when you literally have nothing, what is there for you to spend? There are people that literally have nothing because not everybody can always save. And even with this thing, with the furlough employees, those people are furloughed and working and getting nothing. There was somebody who's like, hey, the first week I got nothing, and then the second week I got 50% of my check. And then there was another worker which I brung up before about the fork in the road, right? That hit, with the beginning of the year. They were like, hey, you're going to have to, take this option, or either you're subject to getting released. So it was like, okay, I'm surplus, so I'm probably going to get cut. So people were like, okay, I might as well go ahead and accept this voluntary resignation. The concern now that's happening, guys, those people that got hit with the voluntary resignation, they were supposed to get paid for 4 months afterwards. But with the shutdown, they are not getting paid. They're not getting paid because of that shutdown. So imagine still how those families are feeling. They were expecting that money. Now look at what's going on, because there were so many people that were trying to create division. And that's what I kept telling people. We got to be in this thing together. Stop trying to make it a government versus civilian issue. This is all of us as a people. And so what's going on now, if you guys, been tracking it, you see Amazon then laid off. You see Target then laid off. And the thing about that too is, when I mentioned Target, my follow-up would be Starbucks, because what's inside of Target, you always see Starbucks, and now they both took a hit. And you got Accenture laying off, you got Ford laying off, you got Coca-Cola laying off, you got UPS laying off. I mean, it's so many companies that are laying off. And this thing always tends to happen during the holiday time.
Yep.
So now it's like, okay, I got to figure out a way to tell my kids, basically, you know, for the parents out there, how this Christmas gonna go, or Thanksgiving around the corner, how this Thanksgiving gonna go, because they cutting a lot of things, you know, they touching people's, you know, the food supply got touched with SNAP and things like that. So this thing, like, people were trying to put it as just government, but like literally like every year, the same thing happens on the civilian side also, because people were like, go get a civilian job. But like I said, it happens on that side also. It happened the previous year. I remember that. And I believe it happened before that too. It's like constantly the same thing. I believe Accenture laid off about 11,000 people.
Yeah, Accenture laid off 11,000 people. You see, Lindy C said it's becoming a global thing. Yes,
right.
It's across the globe, you guys. And you know, this is really getting scary at this point. Of course, you wanna make sure that you have total faith. And that's whatever you believe in. You want to make sure that you have faith all across the board. But the reality is, like we say so many times, things are due. There's only so much that you can do when you are in times like this. And, you know, this is like really hitting home. We don't like to come off as like, you know, negative or anything like that, but we're definitely realists. If we see something that is happening, we're going to speak on this. This is effectively, actually, the longest shutdown in history.
This is in history.
In history, y'all.
History.
So this is, it's gonna, you know, unfortunately, it feels like it's going to be a very long time, and there is no let up with any of this. That's why we put in the chat, and if y'all make sure y'all chat it up in the chat so we can see what's happening over there too. If you've been touched by something we saying, or if you have something else you want to say. But like, for example, you see T and I, we're putting out a lot of content across all of the channels, right? Because we go in our different directions. We are the Justice family when we are together. But, you know, I have my own, he's on the government side, I'm on the AI side, and we just been putting out a lot. And we also been putting out a lot of polls just to see where everybody is in this whole thing. T mentioned the whole big thing about Accenture and the Deloitte, all the consulting firms in the world. See, there is a big push. And I think people are missing out on the overall agenda of what is actually going on. There seems to be a lot of scapegoating going on, and especially in the AI space. And actually 33% of you guys believe that was the cause of what is going on. But it's not. It's just an excuse to, this is one of the excuses to create these type of layoffs. Because anybody who is in the space, they would know that AI is nowhere near where it is supposed to be. Like all of these companies, they were sold a lie from these different consultant firms, but they would never admit that. But they have been sold a lie saying, hey, this is what you do. You go and you get AI, you embed it into the workflows and all of this other extra stuff, just to put it onto simplistic terms. And then once that happens, all these companies adopt and try to digitize everything. And then that leads to massive layoffs. But what they're not saying is what is actually happening in the background. Because in order to do all this, let's say digitizing their whole technological landscape, that costs money. Who do you guys think is going? The company has to recoup. The only way to recoup is to lower head count. How do you do that? Payroll is one of the biggest expense, if not the biggest expense. They have to lay you off. That's what's happening. But they like to call out terms and say things to, distract,
reorganize
people. Exactly. Right placing, all of those different terms. And they want to create a whole bunch of fear mongering, like I like to say. in all across the world to make it seem like it's something that it's not. Now, let us know if how you feel about what we're saying right now. But
let me touch
that's
on
what I wanted to touch on real quick.
Let me
with
add
the whole
to this
AI thing
a little bit, because I mean, I don't really speak on that, as much, because my channel's different. So here's the thing, right? Everybody is viewing AI as like the villain. But anytime there's a villain, what else there is? There's got to be a superhero, right? Villain, superhero, every time. So with AI, it's not necessarily like the villain. It's more like a mirror. Because if you think about it, who created AI? AI didn't create itself. I mean, AI can code, AI can design, AI can do a wealth of things, but who created AI? We went from having dial-ups on with the telephone, and then the internet back in the day making the noise with the AOL dial-up. Y'all remember that, or even the pick up and the spin dial, to then cell phones, right? And something that I noticed when I was at Wendy's, you guys, and it was taking my order, but it was a machine. It was AI taking our order at Wendy's. And I'm sitting there like all old school. I'm like thinking that a person gonna come on next. But I'm waiting, and next thing you know, it continues on with AI again. And I'm like, what? And it fully took my order as AI. And so I got to the menu, and it was just as seamless as tap, because I mean, we don't really pay with card or cash anymore. So it was just as seamless as tap. And then here's your order. So now they've streamlined that process of a fast food restaurant. And so think about how many other chains is going to continue to do that as well. So everything is being streamlined because they're looking for ways to just cut
costs all over.
Cut costs. They're looking for better to do things more efficient, because all the things that AI can do, but there's a lot of things that AI can't do also. A big piece is factoring in that human experience. You, like I said, even when you call places, what happened? You call in and you on the phone talking to a robot trying to get through. Customer service then became AI. And the crazy thing about it, let's be honest, a lot of people's customer service ain't what it is.
Exactly.
So now, since that human, that human connection is out the piece, and AI then took over with customer service, it's because we kind of forgot how to treat each other as people.
Yeah, that's
it is. Things aren't the same, and even with a lot of things with working from home, for example. You got to think of that from a leadership perspective. Back in the days, a lot of the leadership was what type of style? It was servant leadership style. And you have to be a more adaptable leader when you're doing remote work, for example. But what happens with all this technology is, again, it's taken away, from some people's personalities, for example. People don't know how to communicate, as how they used to. And the upcoming generation, they're completely lost on communication because that's all they know is technology. I'm not sure if you guys heard of TAM, the technology acceptance model, before, but it's really something good to look into, because with technology, like I said, it's at a point where it's like, okay, you're either gonna get with the program because we're in this technological era, or you're not gonna get with the program. And then what happens when you don't get with the program? You see a lot of companies actually shut down because when like COVID happened, for example, a lot of them shut down because they weren't able to adapt. So you must be able to adapt. And we can even go back a step further. Look at Blockbuster. How many of you guys remember Blockbuster movie theaters? Blockbuster was that spot.
Hold on. Wait. We have someone new to the chat, LT Go Birds.
Okay. Hold on. Shout out to LT Go Birds. This is what we do. We give shout outs.
Exactly.
We actually view everybody as family. That's how we do things here. It's a little different. You might find a little person out there too stealing my swag. You'll notice how we do it in the beginning. If you watch some of our content, you'll see what it is.
Exactly. Hold on. I want to give some more shout outs to other people that came in the room while you was talking. We have Larry Lynch. He came in since you've been talking. Hey, how you doing?
Larry been here.
Okay.
Larry
hey again, Larry.
Hey, what's up, Larry?
What's up again? We have Jill Elise Butler.
Yep, Jill's been here.
Yep. We see you. Grace, thank you. You are definitely adding to the chat, saying that AI is a lot more advanced than people know. Yes, it can get there, Grace. It can get there, but what I was saying was the actual use cases that most companies are utilizing AI for, it is not there, and it does not justify all of the layoffs and what is being put out in social media. It's just not there. It's not there yet. It can get there, but it's really not there.
Let me go back to what I was mentioning about, with the adaptability. So look at Blockbuster. Like I said, you should go in there. It was so nice because you can get, it's like a full blown, nice movie night. Sometimes it can even be like a romantic thing, depending on your money situation. You go in there, you get your popcorn, your candy. They had the video games, they had the movies. Blockbuster was that spot. But then what happened? All of a sudden, here comes Redbox. Here comes Netflix. And these processes they were streamlined. Redbox had the disc, but it was so easy because you can just go outside and just grab it. You wouldn't have to go stand in a line, and pay with cash. So it was more streamlined. And then you have Netflix. There's no disc at all. It's even more streamlined. You are literally just paying for a subscription and getting access to all these things. And then you have Amazon Prime and all these other streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So Blockbuster didn't adapt to the current environment because technology is moving at warp speed. It's moving fast. Just think about it. How many things have changed so fast. Look at where we are with even these cell phones. You can do anything. Heck, you can even make content with using the cell phone. You can make social media content with your cell phone at the same time. Send a quick text message that go through just like that. A form of communication. You can call on the cell phone. You can take pictures. So you don't even need a camera. You can do so much with this technology. You can even apply on jobs. You got the internet. You got 5G. You got all these things. So with Blockbuster, they did not adapt. And unfortunately, because they couldn't adapt, which it could have depended on their leadership style. Like I said, a leadership style is a lot of time you have servant leadership, or he could have been just a transactional leadership. But I definitely didn't see him as a transformational leadership style or adaptability. So what happened with that is, boom.
Yep.
They had to shut down.
Exactly.
It happens all the time. Yep. All the time.
Yep. And we have some more people while you're commenting on that. We have still figuring out 8:30 just came into the building. A shout out to you. LT Go Birds. Shout out to you.
Speaking from the purple couch.
Yep.
Fell asleep. Wake up. You in the building. Wake up now. You in the building.
Hey,
fell asleep. Did you fall asleep on the purple couch though? That's my question. Did you fall asleep on that purple couch? I gotta find that.
T, I want to address this by LT Go Birds. He said, it's not there. It's correct. I am a leader for one of the largest utilities in the U.S. I can say that the energy capacity needs to on-ramp AI is not there given America's aging infrastructure. And yes, I'm so glad you said that, because that is one of the biggest things, right? Especially when we're talking about like implementation and we're talking about those legacy infrastructures, legacy systems and all that. But I don't want to turn it into a whole tech talk, because I mean, I could go on for
I can go on
years about this, but you are so right. It's just not there. AI can get there, but it's just not there. And the whole point of this was what we are being sold is that you are losing your jobs to AI. That is not why you are losing your jobs. It's a lie, but that's what they're going to tell everybody. And That's just one of the lies that we're going to dispel right now. So, I mean, if you are in the industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about, what T is talking about, what LT Go Birds is talking about, and everybody else. That is Larry Lynch. He's in the field. So this is the reality. These people from the field, like, just telling you, like, it ain't it. That ain't it. It's something way more sinister going on behind the scenes that is causing all of this on AI, got me saying it, all of these layoffs that they're just dubbing scapegoating to AI, because it's that thing that people don't understand. And even in life, when people don't understand things, it's so easy to mask and so easy to confuse the public on what is happening. So, you know, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's one of the big things going on. Let's start addressing these comments before we go into our next topic. Lindy C, we do everything except make calls with cell phone. Isn't that ironic? That is so ironic. That is so ironic. It's taking everything out of, you know, the human aspect out of everything. Like, it's crazy. Like, I remember, and T, you remember, I don't know, let us know, put a phone down in the chat if y'all remember, what was that? Dial up and all that other stuff. When that's what I was saying. When you actually had to pay for long distance calls, when you actually appreciated being on a call with somebody. Like, I mean, it's crazy talk what is happening here. And this is what is so scary. Yes, we are moving at a progressive rate,
warp speed.
But sometimes progress, you know, at this type of speed and what they have for us is not always good for us. If you catch my drift, everything is not always good for us. That is out there.
Let's look at some of the comments, because I want to talk about something else real quick. Or should I just go ahead and continue on? What did I get? Let's catch up with the comments. Let's take a little second real quick. Who we got?
Grace is saying, so Grace keeps saying, just because we're saying AI is not there, that doesn't make it true. What do you have
Laura, remember Blockbuster. Cool. Yep. Used to be social there. It's not. We there. Where you at, Jack?
What do you have to say about that? She said, because she keeps putting this in the comments, and just because we keep saying, well, people keep saying, right? We're not the only ones saying this. It doesn't mean it's not there.
Peter made it from Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Shout out to Peter in the building.
He's saying, hold on for the chat. Oh yeah, he's in the baking industry, and the changes have been crazy over the past 5 years. I can tell you, because one of my clients, I have a client in the banking industry, the fintech and all that other stuff. And you're absolutely right. This type of stuff that is going on over there is definitely a lot is happening in the banking industry. You got some more from the chat?
I'm trying to see. Have you read Andrew Yang's book, The War on Normal People? I have not read that book. I don't know.
No, I have not. But that is definitely, we're going to take that down and put it on our book list, because now it speaks to all this in ways we as a society needs to establish controls around AI integration. Good talk. Yes. And that's another big thing. There is the lack of governance around AI. Y'all, I'm telling you, like, the type of stuff, and we hear it all the time, like, you know, we don't want to mention those type of words, you know, because we are on this platform, but AI in the wrong hands can be very, very destructive. Mm-hmm. I mean, what it is doing to our children, and this is coming. I am just for everybody's awareness, I am a change manager and AI enablement specialist. I go into companies and help them enable different AI tools inside of their enterprise. That's what I do on a daily basis. But, you know, from just being a mom and all this other stuff, the type of stuff that our kids are having access to AI. Let's just take YouTube, for example. You can block and we didn't find this out until a long time ago. Like, you can block like from children from seeing things on YouTube, but because we have all these different integrations like Siri and who the other chick, Alexa, and all these other people, you know, kids can just tell them, hey, if they know the name of the channel that they're not supposed to be on, it will bypass that and go to those channels that they had blocked. So, I mean, come on. Yep. So my biggest fear as a father is how AI is taking those entry-level jobs that our kids can be doing. And yes.
Look at even like now, we're not even just factoring AI with the entry-level jobs, with jobs getting cut, like Target, for example. And like I spoke of earlier, inside Target, they got Starbucks who both cutting. Both of them don't lay off. Those are jobs that a lot of college kids work, you know, to pay for college. So that way the parents don't have to pay for it. And, you know, they can avoid getting into all that high student loan debt. But it's getting cut. Everything's getting cut, you know, civilian side, government side, everything's getting cut. Retired federal civilian side. She just got in the. I gave you a shout out too. I had to bring up when we do the intro. I had to bring that up. You know what I'm talking about? It was so funny.
Succeed by
forces in the building. What's going on? Conversations seem to make some youngsters uncomfortable and scared. Right, Lindy C. Right. It definitely makes people uncomfortable. But that's the best time that I say to even have those conversations. Exactly. And a lot of time it makes people uncomfortable nowadays because they're so deep into technology that they've lost the human aspect of just communicating. Like, I don't know how many times I go to places, or even when I was in the military, Jack can tell you, when I went to even recruiting school, it was so weird because I remember me and this guy, we spoke to this dude, we were talking about, and we was like, hey, what's going on, man? How you? He's like, what up? Like, or people will just give you and won't speak or nothing because people have lost that communication aspect because of technology. Neighbors don't even be speaking. What's crazy is like at the house that a lot of you guys know about that destroyed, you know, the tenant messed up. Those neighbors got to know us because of the tenant destruction. That's crazy, right? Exactly. Because we lived over there for years, and I don't know how many times I tried to speak with people. I was so into speaking with people just because being a recruiter, you talk to everybody, you know, you go everywhere, speak to everybody, try to recruit everybody. But even here where we are now in this house that you guys see, you know, the one that we just rented right here, you talking about like the neighbors across the street, I waved and spoke to them and they don't even wave back or nothing.
Exactly.
People walk by and don't even look at you at your house. People walking by with their head down.
No type of interaction.
They walking by with their head down now.
Exactly. I want to address
they doing this.
I want to address some things.
Got the fingers all day on the phone,
distracted,
texting and typing.
Distracted. I want to address some things because this coming through the chat.
Am I missing something?
Like, so why me and Lindy C, they're going back and forth and they're talking about how children nowadays, they like she said, they don't even know how to spell.
Oh,
like that is a whole nother thing. Like, look, we heard this thing on the news where this teacher came out and said children are just dumb, right? And she ended up getting fired. I don't know if anybody heard that. If we can find that clip, we'll definitely add it in the description of this chat. But y'all, they don't know how to spell. They don't know how to speak. It's just crazy. Like they're sitting there. Like I remember there was a time when we used to write our papers. We literally had to write our papers. We had to stay up all night just to write a paper. Like they're using AI. I'm not saying that you can't use AI to write a paper, but you should actually learn like the fundamentals of how to write a paper, how to do sentence structures and stuff like that. It's just getting out of hand. It really is. It's literally turning everybody into bots. Turning people into bots. And that's the crazy part. That's the scary part.
Yeah, it's changed so much. You guys know, I don't know if it's like in every state, but I know when I was a recruiter, it was so weird because you had to. What happened?
Wait, LT Go Birds is 26 people in the chat and only 5 likes. Do we need AI to help with the... I'm gonna need y'all to like this video Like it up. Chat it up.
I gotta
chat it up. Chat it up.
So Lola, that's what I was about to speak about. It's funny because Lola just said that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a recruiter, we had to get the prospects and everything to sign documents, right? And they didn't know how to sign it. And that's what I was going to get to. I don't know if it's everywhere because I was recruiting out in Florida, but none of them knew how to sign, and their handwriting was just pure trash. Didn't understand. I'm like, dang, you got a doctor handwriting in high school already?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you go into that field, but like it was that bad.
Yeah. And
I mean, all they knew, they couldn't even do math they needed the calculator. And when you're taking the army test, the ASVAB test, it's old school. There's no calculator, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need to get with the current times. But the point is, like, they didn't know how to do the math. They didn't know how to write. There were people that were scoring 3 points, literally. And some people I remember scored 1 point. I'm like, you couldn't even get your name right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad it was. That's how bad it is. But then the kids that were coming in that were homeschooled, and I didn't know much about homeschool at this time, but those kids were so smart.
Yep.
I'm like, whoa, why we ain't got this list? I had to dig and go get that list and jump through hurdles, but they were so smart and they were already graduating with an associate's degree while leaving high school. And so with them, many of them was like, absolutely not. We ain't joining the army, which I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
They were already, on the right path and set up for success. I suspect the increase in school violence has something to do with the new culture isolation. Right, Lindy. See, it's, the increase in school violence, it's ridiculous because coming up, I mean, it wasn't like that. It was, if that was an issue, you would just fight, and you might get suspended or something. But now you got kids bringing weapons to school. You got things happening with teachers. You got young teachers going there dressing inappropriate. Messing with the children. Come on, these are the children.
Like, come on.
Why are you doing this to the children? And these kids are now, a good amount of them, they just don't have leaders.
Yeah.
The leadership don't exist like how it used to exist back in the days. And then that community with the neighborhood doesn't exist anymore because instead of kids going outside to play football or play basketball, right, or baseball, whatever the case, hide and go seek, red light, green light, all of those, they're not doing that no more. What are they doing? They just own the computer now.
Yep.
All that communication, went away. And that's why I'm in school for my doctorate.
That's what you talk about all the time.
Wow. Yeah, I'm in the school for my doctorate too. Wow.
How people using ChatGPT.
What phase are you in? So like with the with the communication with kids now, it's not there anymore. And that's why they're so obese also. So many kids are so obese and have all these health problems because they've taken away the way that things used to be to help people out.
Recess.
We grew right.
They took away recess.
And let me tell y'all this, even a quick personal one real quick. So with our kids with school, this is part of a reason why we had to homeschool them too. They sent a note home one day to our older kid, and it was a contract. And we like, a contract? A kid gonna sign a contract at this age? What? And so in that contract, he had to agree that if he doesn't improve in a certain area in his homework, that he's going to lose recess and he's going to lose access to snack time. And I'm like, absolutely not. That's like, you can't just make a contract like that with a kid. I mean, and you have adults that don't even understand what contracts are, but you're trying to get our kid to sign this contract. Okay, I gotta take a quick second real quick for LTG Birds. In the dissertation phase for my DBA, my third chapter is read. Nice. That's what's up. You're going for the DBA. I'm going for a DM with an emphasis in leadership. I'm finishing up chapter 2 Ooh, that chapter is long. I want to break. But I gotta finish it. I gotta get through with it. But yeah, these kids, and now it was even worse too. Is a lot of them, they don't even know how to defend themselves because they're not out there fighting. You know how it used to be. Nobody was getting like seriously hurt. You know, it was, you learn to be tough.
Exactly.
That's how it was back in the days. And now they're so sensitive. And they're so sensitive now to the point the younger generation that's coming up, they're extremely sensitive.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing to them.
Oh my goodness.
Everything hurts. Like, I call it tiny heart syndrome. Somebody gonna steal that, but it's the family, so I don't care. But it's tiny heart syndrome.
Exactly.
Literally, everybody like this coming up, they're so sensitive.
They are.
You can't say nothing to them. You say something to them, you know, next thing you know, they're going to go pick up a weapon.
Exactly. They don't know how. I was just telling Lindy C. They have no conflict.
I missed a couple things I wanted to get, but
management skills. No, they don't have that. They don't. I don't know if it's not being taught. But wait a minute, y'all. We gotta go. Hold on. We have hit history.
I gotta go back.
We have hit history, team.
I see some things y'all.
We are 31 people in the chat.
Oh yes. Fire in the building.
Fire.
We gotta go back.
It's
a couple of things I want to address before I continue on real quick though.
Wait, why me said you smack somebody or they smack you? You fought in the friends by the end of the week. Exactly. That's what we won't even like. Exactly.
We friends the
feelings.
Same day. We fight. We scrap. We cool. All right, cool. You won. I won. Whatever the case may be. Nobody was afraid to lose.
Exactly.
You did what you had to do, and you was cool afterwards.
And
that's how friends afterwards.
And that's how it is. I don't know. Like, still to touch on T's sensitive part. Like, as we get older and stuff like that, I don't know how anybody else feels about making friends in your adulthood. But I feel like it is very hard to make friends in your adulthood because now it's like all that, what do you say, sensitive heart syndrome?
Tiny heart syndrome
that has now transpired into the adults that are like our age now.
That needs to be a real thing.
And you cannot even say anything to anyone anymore. You can't even tell your homegirl. I talk about this all the time. I had a friend. I said something that I did not agree with. I think of the definition of a true friend is someone that will call you out when it's time to call you out. But I called them out and they get all in their feelings. Now the friendship is not there. Well, the friendship wasn't built on any type of foundation to begin with. You don't need to be with nobody or around nobody that is like that. We're not going to always agree with you, and people have to understand that. That's where that conflict management comes into play. That's where that education comes into play. That's where all of that comes into play because people nowadays, it is definitely, they are highly influenced by, I don't know what it is, what they see on social media, how they think the world should be, the false perception, how they think the world is. Reality, false everything. I don't know. People are straight corny.
What's that thing now that they do to where they're acting like they are a character? Somebody
it's called an NPC.
The NPC.
Yep.
So that's a crazy trend. Crazy trend. They really think that they are this robotic like character or anything, but like you were saying, who started with the conflict management skills? Who did you reply to up there with the conflict management skills?
I replied to Lindy C. I was telling her how kids don't have it.
It's literally like non-existent.
Look at wait, hold on. Succeed by force and why me? So
it's hard to catch.
Succeed by force said my friend owed me $1. Disrespected, took him to the bathroom, went to the body, carried him out. It's over. We're good.
Exactly. And y'all were cool afterwards. It's like it is what it is.
To the bathroom.
You have to, handle business. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh my goodness. That made me laugh. And of course, why me? Yes, you can't say shit to people
still figuring
without
out
feelings. Exactly.
Right. Still figuring out, like you said, win or lose, you still live to fight another day. Exactly. What happened to that?
Exactly.
What happened to that?
Like,
it's all gone now. Like I said, because they just in the computer and they know everything about this technology too. You can't tell this generation nothing.
Exactly.
They are the masters of TikTok. They are the masters of YouTube, making a lot of money on all these platforms because they've mastered this, which is great. Mm-hmm. But now you don't know how to be a human.
Yeah, they didn't master the human part.
You become a cyborg or something,
exactly,
or a hybrid.
Exactly. They can't even communicate. can't even communicate. You tell a kid hi, and they go like what the hell is wrong with you?
Right, LTG, LT Go Birds. So like you said with the school state, ironically though, they are using AI to detect AI plagiarism. You know what's crazy too is my school, they've now implemented it to the point they said if you guys don't cite AI, you can get kicked out of the program.
Now, how the hell can you cite AI?
You now have to cite if you use any form of AI to assist, whether chat GPT, Copilot, whatever the case, all those other programs out there, they're now saying that you have to cite it. But guess what? The teachers are using it.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure you know LT Go Birds. There's sites where you can actually take their information that they put on the discussion boards and you can post it and it'll show like 90% written by AI. Mm-hmm. So it's funny that they're the ones, doing the judging on that, but they're the ones that's writing doing the discussion posts and things with it.
Exactly.
It's not a fair situation.
No type of creative thinking whatsoever.
Still figuring out. We make our kids go outside. They have no choice. Exactly. Get outside.
Exactly. You see that yard out there.
Go and get dirty today.
Exactly. Get off them electronics.
Go get some water. Go get in the pool or something like that.
Exactly. Kids need to do that.
And then get up, shake it off. See that for a second. You never been dropped though. Get dropped every now and then. Get up, shake it off. I mean, yes, mothers maybe go out and we had fun until the street lights came on.
Exactly.
Yes.
My grandma used to tell me, don't show back up until you see your shadow. So exactly.
And you know what though? It's like I give this piece. I'm gonna play on the other side. It's dangerous nowadays.
It is. It's dangerous. You can't go anywhere. It's dangerous
because you got those, what offenders. I can't gonna say the word, but you got those offenders who are just, watching the kids. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because when you move somewhere, you have to do your due diligence and go and look them up to see if there's one in your area. That's crazy. And so it's like you can't really send, your kids outside how we used to just ride the bikes and go down to this neighborhood, ride everywhere in the world and come back home, no problems. You got those offenders out there. Then you got so much crime out there, and then you have the children who are coming up. They're more into, they're into, what activities than what we were when coming up. It's a whole different ball game because then you got, in all of these foods out here, they're putting things in the foods that are making them grow their chest bigger, for example, quicker with females, and then their hormones are picking up faster and things like that. And then you got all these cartoons that they're putting it in like out here. It's so much distractions and the wrong things. And then technology, I mean, it's studies that show that it's leading to mental disabilities and things like that.
Yeah.
And so while yes, it can be positive for the streamlining and things like that, but there needs to be a limitation on it, and people need to understand that, who's the designers of it and who's in charge.
Exactly.
Because now it's like people are looking at it like AI is in charge. Oh, AI is cutting out jobs. AI is not a person.
Right.
And you're going to let a machine, just do something that was built by humans.
And you're trying to have something lead when it was built to assist.
Built to assist and make things better. Look at EV cars, for example. How many people in the chat? We got to catch up. But how many people in the chat actually can drive stick shifts? I want to see.
Let us know. We can do a poll. Hold on.
Drop a poll for that.
We'll do a poll for that. Let's see how you do that.
We have so much online infrastructure.
Start a poll.
Exactly. Yeah, we got to talk about that. So, yeah, while Jack work on that poll, this is a thing too. Like we came from stick shifts, to automatics, and now we are in EVs, and the pace came so fast. You guys remember the Jetsons? That's what it kind of reminds me of, seeing those flying cars and the Flintstones. How I used to stump the feet with, it's kind of reminding like how things were like manual. And so
Just put the poll.
To me,
make sure y'all respond to that poll. Just put it up there.
I think manuals are so fun. If you don't know how to drive a manual, go and just learn how to drive a stick shift. It is so fun. I used to have so much fun in my stick shift, and it teaches you to pay more attention to the road.
Exactly.
Because you now have a clutch down there. You now have to shift your gear. So you're more focused on the road because you have basically that third pedal and got a shift. And now it's so easy because, like I said, it went from the stick shift to the automatic, but now it's at the EV state where EVs have this brake assist. So all you do is let your foot off the brake and the car you let your foot off the gas and the car is slowing down and braking for you. And there's no engines now. It's just everything is just computerized. And what that does is eliminates mechanics because everybody talks about trades, but now they're sending codes to the EV cars for the EV cars to do maintenance on them.
Yeah.
To do maintenance on them. And it's not like, with you got to go and find a gas station. They're making it more streamlined with the EVs because now just plug it in your garage. Use your house and plug up and charge and go.
Exactly.
No maintenance on that car.
Yep. So we have the poll. 57% said yes, they can.
Self-driving?
43 cannot drive a stick shift.
Okay.
So I don't know how you feel about those numbers, but
those numbers, I'm telling you, if you just go and just learn it, you will see a world of a difference with a stick shift. Like it's a world of a difference. You can still figuring out. Will tell you he's still figuring out. Just said a manual is fun. I'm telling you, it is so fun. I drove a stick shift when I was 15 years old. Me and my cousin went in the back, and when our uncle go to sleep, we'll go out there and
run a test drive, huh?
Yeah, we'll just go test it out. We got stuck one day, starting off, but I ain't gonna get into that story. My first car was a stick, a Seed by Force. What kind of car did you have? See, I like Mustangs and Chevys okay too. Those Camaros.
But why says she too busy putting on what she say lip gloss and sticking her middle finger.
So see that for is right, exactly. Leaders have to lead, like
exactly.
You just have to lead. LT, go Birds. True, but the challenge is there in family and community. Right, I find more community with like-minded individuals on YouTube than family. Ain't that something else?
Yep. That's nice.
We can go all day and talk about that. Like
that is.
We can tell you so many stories, and we know a lot of people also. Like a lot of you guys probably have a load of stories that you guys can talk about with finding more family and community on here. And that's why LT Go Birds, I always give us, and like I say, you watch your videos, I always shout out to my family out there, my aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. I give a shout out to everybody because it really feels like that in the space. And that's huge.
Yes, it is huge.
It's a huge thing. Let's see what else we got.
Let us know how y'all are feeling about this chat, about this live. Give us feedback on this live because we done went in so many different directions, but we just doing this off the top of our dome because when we feel like we have to talk about something, which it is, we just do. Let us know how y'all feel about this.
Me too. I got to go on someone. Shaq, do you see that?
Yeah. Huh?
He says self-driving tech is the new AI play there in San Francisco.
Yep. They have it a lot in San Francisco. They have that in
self-driving.
Yes, they have it in Arizona too. You remember when we was out there in what is that place in Phoenix? It's a little town in Phoenix. Me probably know what I'm talking about. Oh man, I can't even. It begins with an M. It's in Phoenix. Metatopra, something like that. Let me know what that town is. In Phoenix that has the self-driving cars. But yeah, they have Mesa. There you go. Thank you, Mesa. I knew it was something. Had it all over the place. I knew it was something. Very engagement. Succeed by force.
It is a freestyle. Like that's what's crazy. It is freestyle.
Exactly.
You see, we just chopping it up.
Exactly.
Middle finger. Middle finger changing lanes. You succeed by force. Yeah, right. You don't want to burn that clutch. I seen so many people destroy the clutch. It's gosh. But now they even got the paddle sticks now, so they feel like they in a stick shift.
Jill said this live is great. Number one. And I don't know if y'all see those numbers next to y'all name.
I don't know some what that means.
It means that they're on the leaderboard. So if you go over to like the leaderboard, you're gonna see your name. So whoever is going by the number of comments that you're leaving, that's who's in the leaderboard. So that's what that means. If you have a crown next to your name and whatever number you're there. So yeah, that's what that means.
And we got feedback from LT Gopher. The feedback -1 of 10. It's great live. But say having a main topic. We kind of started off in the beginning with the main topic though, and then we just kind of started freestyling because we both have separate channels. My channel is talking about like military stuff, and then Jack's channel talks about AI and stuff. And we kind of flipped the script a bit because I was talking about AI, going deep into the AI space. I actually worked as a workforce analyst also, so I did a lot of manpower studies and assessments. Did a lot of things with data. So it's a whole nother ball game, but so we kind of flipped the script on the topic a bit. I'm going to be winning.
He said succeed by force. He said his real name is Daniel. Hey Daniel, hey, how you doing? He said it's easier.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Thank you, still figuring it out. For the feedback. And everybody.
Self-driving cars are scary.
I'm with you, Lynn DC. I'm scared. I do not. You know what? First of all, I don't even trust humans driving, let alone a non-human driving. Absolutely not. A non-human ain't nothing in there. But being programmed by it's being driven by people at a not about to say a warehouse.
But are those just remote? Elon, are those just Teslas?
No, it's not just Teslas. It's another brand too. I see it in Vegas. I forgot what that brand name is, but they're hiring, and this is so crazy. They're hiring people to be remote drivers for those selfless driving cars. They're hiring people. So, and I think the requirements is you have to be 18, which is crazy talk. I'm not saying that an 18-year-old can't drive, but they're trying to dub it as like a video game experience. But you get to drive people around. That is scary. Let me know if y'all think that is scary, because that is like really scary to me. So I don't know.
We gotta get to a couple of things. Look at YME. She said she don't talk that much. Look at that one. What YME said. AirPods on till you go home.
Look, that's why I can't do the in-person thing. I'm telling you, I ain't got time for people and what they got going on, smelling their food and all that.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Are we still planning to go abroad?
Did we put out the video?
No. About us planning to go abroad?
Well, did we give it a little?
Yeah, we gave a hint.
Okay.
So yes, to your question, Larry, yes, we are. That is definitely in the plans, and hopefully that is going to happen sooner than later. I don't know if you have catched up on what has happened. We have gotten this home rented effective as of yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
No, 2 days.
Two days ago.
Today? 2 days ago. I think.
Yeah, 2 days ago. So today is our last day that you will see this setup, because we are moving out of this home so the people can move in. So yes, so we have 2 of the 3 homes rented. Just got to rent the 3rd home, but that is a whole nother situation that we're going to get into for that one, because that's going to be kind of a challenge to rent that.
I wouldn't say there's going to be a challenge with that one, especially with how it is. It's just what it is.
Navigating the HOA.
We're going to do a video on it, most likely, but we still have the apartment. We signed that for a short-term lease, so we still have the apartment. We have one more payment left on the apartment. So once that apartment is done, that's when we basically going to start figuring out where exactly we want to go overseas and go ahead and make our plans. And the townhome will be the only thing that's left to rent. And I'm pretty confident that townhome is going to go like that. It actually went like that the first time. It was very interesting because somebody came and they kind of booted the other people out the door. They were like,
blocked the whole driveway.
They blocked the whole driveway. It's like,
I don't know what was up with that girl.
This is my place. So that townhome is going to go just like that.
Exactly.
Let's catch up with a couple of.
Are you guys going to keep dual citizenship? Yeah, we're still going. We're still going to do that until we figure out exactly what we are going to do. This will be the first time that we would be going overseas for a long period of time. So of course we would definitely keep our
What's up, Mr. Taylor? I think you just joined in. I see you from California. Okay.
Yep,
cool.
I wanted to make sure we called him out. I just seen him join the chat. I just seen him join the chat. Abroad must be another live. I'm planning to do the same with my wife. Nice.
Portugal.
We definitely want to go touch on Portugal and Spain. I want to go to France. I have a lot of, and I say a lot of, but one of the clients that I work with, they have the departments that I am helping them implement AI. They are all based in France. And I'm telling you, I love it. Their whole attitude about life is just great. And they've been telling me, hey, Jackie, just come over to France and all this other stuff. So, and I took 4 years of French in high school. Now, don't try to quiz me on that. I don't remember that much, but I definitely remember how to say my name and, simple things.
I mean, I took Spanish, and when we were in Costa Rica, I was, talking it a little, trying to get it through, and they thought for sure that I speak Spanish, and I'm like, only they know. I had to keep saying they thought that I would just have on a different, a different type of Spanish or something, but they thought for sure. But I did what I had to do to get by. I pulled up that, had to pull up Google Translate a little bit and throw it in there.
Now, hold on now. Now, Daniel, Succeed by Force is going to put that in the chat. I already told you that. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. I have no clue. And this is a clear case of when you go and use AI right here.
Right. What's interesting too. So how we doing this overseas thing, guys, too? We created a spreadsheet with all locations, and it shows the timeline that we can stay in each location. So we're going by that. So there's places that we really want to go first. One of the places actually was Thailand, but so many people are going there, and we ended up kind of slicing that. But we got a spreadsheet. We might even show that.
Try to show behind the scenes of how we're actually going to get there, because it's a whole
Puerto Rican soldiers taught me
big.
LT go. Your Puerto Rican soldiers taught you that when you my Puerto Rican soldiers didn't teach me nothing.
Have we been to Asia? No, we have not been to Asia. The only place I have been out of the country, Lindy C, was Costa Rica. So I have not been to any of the APAC regions at all.
Have you been to Asia? No,
that's definitely on our list. Definitely top priority. Our son wants to go to Japan, so he keeps telling us, and we want to go over there to Japan, to make his day, because he has a lot that he wants to go over there for. So definitely for that.
Oh, was I in the military?
What are you gonna say? The best branch, huh?
The best branch. My last assignment, I was recruiting. Actually, I was a recruiter out here in Florida. I was actually the top recruiter.
I heard that.
Very, very fun experience, to say the least, as a recruiter. My original job, though, I was HR originally, and that was pretty fun as well too. The Army. I don't think I said what branch.
Yep. They said Lindy C.
Okay,
said
Army also, yes. There we go. Army's in the building. Yes. We got another Army person, to LT Go Birds. I don't think he is in right now. May have
popped in.
left us. Hopefully he'll speak up if he is still in here. Maybe not, but we'll see. Japan is great. Used to be. I've been there several times. Currently, I wanted to actually.
You know what? I heard that Lindy C. I did hear that. I seen a video on YouTube. I didn't know how true it was. Not being friendly towards foreigners right now.
Wait.
I seen a video on that. Definitely want to do our research, but we definitely want to make sure wherever we do go is definitely friendly to foreigners. Definitely.
Right. With Japan, we were going to go there on the civilian side, go to the Ninja Battalion on base, and that's military guys. So that was like their processes and everything were like kind of all over the place. And going there, I would have had to be a one-man shop. And I'm not for that one-man shop thing like that anymore. It just keeps happening. So I had to I'm like, I don't know about that. Tired of having to do that type of one-man shop situation. And do you feel that is Trump? Lindy C. Oh, okay. He's asking. That's okay. He's asking Lindy C.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's an effect?
That's the Trump effect. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Japan. I think they have problems coping with the current influx of foreign. Okay.
Yeah. We can see that in like any country. Whenever there's an influx of foreigners coming in there. Yeah, we definitely get there because, people bring their own cultures to the country and, they have the country has their own cultures. So yeah, that's definitely understandable.
Let's go back to the beginning for a second. When we first started, when we were talking about, because we touched more, I feel like we touched more on AI than we did about like the current, situation.
Yeah,
but
what's actually going on
with the layoffs all across the board, basically.
That's because everybody keeps talking about AI, and it's annoying. It's annoying because they keep saying it's leading to layoffs. So
this ties into our channel actually. I mean, of course, it ties into each channel individually because yours is AI, and then I'm talking about military. But here's the Justice family. It kind of connects because we've talked so much about real estate. We talk so much about real estate, and a lot of times, you'll get, I don't want to be a landlord, I'll never buy a property and things like that. But when times like this happen, that's income that's still coming in because people still gonna have to pay to keep a roof over their head. And that's something people gonna push and push and push no matter what it takes. I know people that have went from high exec roles to doing deliveries. And
yeah, it's unfortunate.
And yeah, but it's like you're gonna do what you have to do to make sure that you keep a roof over your head, so you won't be out there, homeless. I've seen people that are elderly, delivering and walking to the door and coming in a cane, and I've got to rush out there like, wow, but you see so much happening because of layoffs. And so people have turned to gig work. A lot of people turn to gig work. And so what's happening now with the gig work, though, you guys, is that it's getting like overcrowded with these delivery apps.
Yeah.
And it's becoming so competitive to the point where that some of them you can't even get in if you haven't got in for like grocery delivery apps and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wait list because it's too many people getting it. And then you have people who they have the accounts, but then they'll end up selling their accounts, basically letting somebody use their account because they can't get an account because of criminal record and things like that. So that's why I don't know if you guys have ever noticed when you order something, the person that delivers is not the same person that's on the app.
Exactly.
And you would think, okay, maybe it's just a couple or whatever. No, what they're doing is these people are they're selling their accounts to the other person. So that way they're getting a profit from that person that's doing the delivery for them. So they're sitting back collecting the check and not having to drive as much. So that's another thing with as far as gig work. And then you have temp agencies. You think back with temp agencies, you used to be able to just walk into a temp agency and like, you're going to get something quick from a temp agency. That's not the case no more. Now temp agencies are doing deep interviews and everything, just as how the typical job is. And with these jobs, a lot of them having you do rounds of interviews. You know,
completely ridiculous.
3-4 rounds of interviews, which is ridiculous. You didn't know if you were going to accept me the first, second, or third time. You know, keep doing all these interviews. And I talk about how it feels like more of an interrogation nowadays instead of an interview. Even back in the day, how you can go inside of a job, you can apply, you can interview, and you can get hired on the same day. On the same day.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So
it's turned in. I don't know what this has turned into, but I mean, they want to, and I say they being companies, they want to make it seem like it's just so much competition out there,
right, exactly.
And they want you to be competitive and stuff like that, asking ridiculous questions. What's that one question that I always say? What is that question? What is it? It's like something like, wait till
I drop this new video when y'all see, because y'all know I've been having interviews
than the next person. I think that's just the most ridiculous question, like to even ask in an interview. I think honestly they should just get rid of all interviews, because it becomes a very subjective thing.
It is.
And they're looking at everything
like you or not.
About you. They're not going based on your actual talent. They're not going based on what is on a resume. You already seen what was on my resume. I understand people lie and all this other stuff, but why are you asking me crazy questions? I think if anything, it should be more situational based instead of you just dry wasting my time on an interview. And that's part of the reasons why I said I can't go back to a company. Well, first of all, I can't do that. I'm not interviewing. I'm not going through that whole process. I'm not getting interrogated at all, because I'm one of those people. I love panel interviews. I love to like people having questions coming at me, because I can definitely code switch really quickly. So I thrive in environments like that. But now what T is talking about, he's talking about like they're drilling them. Like I was hearing interview that he was just doing, and he's gonna drop that video. But y'all, the type of disrespect on that interview, I would have straight gotten up and I would have been like, yo, I'm out of here. Let us know. Has anyone ever walked out of an interview just because like they were getting super disrespectful? I know I have. I went to an interview and I was like, look, this is my skill. This is what I came for. This is what you said the job was. I do not like people wasting my time. I don't care if it is a recruiter or the hiring manager. Do not waste my time. My time is very precious to me. So when I feel like you're doing that, I'm bouncing. I don't care how it looks. Oh, well, shoot. Now I know not to apply to that job anymore. Shoot. What do you say?
CBS just laid on. Wow. CBS? I wasn't tracking that one. I know a load of other companies. Like I said earlier, Coca-Cola, Ford, Accenture, of course, Amazon, of course, Target, Intel. Actually, Intel laid off a lot of people. The list goes on. I wasn't tracking the CBS.
Wait a minute, that thing was
just brought up CBS.
That thing was CBS. Does that have it? Because there was something online, and who put that in? Danielle? Who put it in by CBS? Yeah. Is that the thing what's going on with Gayle King? I mean, not Gayle King. Yeah, Gayle King and her co-host, and they were saying that it was a big competition with her job or something like that.
What's up, Ken Oak? Ken Oak is in the building, a new sub. Yes. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Yeah, we got an
UPS in. Yes.
What's up, UPS? Okay. Yeah, we tracking UPS, tracking Yeah, Starbucks. That's why I spoke about that earlier, because with Starbucks, you know, they're inside of Target, and Target laid off and Starbucks. Coincidence?
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, that's the thing, is a coincidence, right? That was something else I wanted to. These things I lost. Let's see. Yes, it's right. Making people do for right. The multiple interviews is it's ridiculous. It's a joke. Like, you know whether you want to hire me or not. That's like that's the way I look at it. I mean, it comes down to, see, this is what they should be doing, right? They should involve the employees that are already there, because the person that's getting hired is going to work with them. That's going to be your coworkers.
That should be a must.
So the coworkers should be involved in the interviewing process, but they always leave out that piece. And that's what happens when people get hired and then it's not a cultural fit. All right, they get in there and they can't work with so and so because so and so got this attitude, or so and so it's weird, or whatever the case may be. So it's very LT Go Birds. You know how it was. You know, in military, you know, it's filled with a bunch of characters, a bunch of different characters. God, so that's what's happening, because none of them are involved. And then you just throw up a new person in and expect things to just mesh well. That's not how things go. And also what they're doing too, they're putting salaries out there. They're putting these crazy ranges. They're putting like, okay, we're paying from 50,000 to 130,000. Right, ridiculous range. And since you put in that 130,000, all right, cool. I'm gonna put 130,000 out there because I'm exceeding all your requirements. You asking for a bachelor's, I'm at a doctoral level. You asking for 4 years of experience. I got over a decade of experience in it. You know, I've been working for 20 something years. Like you got this. I'm exceeding all these expectations, right? So you ask for all those, and then they be like, well, why are you asking for that amount? We can't pay you that. And why'd you put it?
Exactly. Straight wasting your time.
Oh, because our finance department, you know, they haven't approved that amount yet. Wait till y'all see the video. I'm talking about, I got an offer that's like a real smack in the face. Like some people be like, anything's better than nothing, but after seeing, no.
Nah, some things are just straight disrespectful.
No.
Some things are just straight disrespectful.
Anything ain't better than nothing, because you got to factor in at work, that's food. Whether you're bringing in food or not, that costs. You got to factor in transportation to get to work. And the biggest thing is what? Time. Time is money. So willing to waste that time, then spending, money, then especially with taxes coming out on top of that. Some of these companies are like insane. This is the major problem too. A lot of these recruiters aren't qualified to be recruiters. This is coming from a recruiter. A lot of these recruiters not qualified to be a recruiter. When I was in the Army, there was so many people in the office that could not put a single body in the Army in the span of 3 years. Now, when they do that horrible, when they work that bad, there's supposed to be consequences for it. And the consequences for them, they're supposed to go back to their regular job. And the other consequence was that they had to come into work on Saturdays. But we were already doing that. We were already working 7 days a week. We were already staying there till 9 o'clock at night, getting up early, making the calls. And then you got to deal with all the calls that's still coming. You know, people going to call you 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on that phone and things like that. You know, oh, these people, I don't want to do it no more. And when they fall out, you got to give them double. But yet this person ain't producing nothing because I never asked to be a recruiter. Well, neither did I. But I was the top recruiter because I was tasked to do it, and I'm going to perform it to the best of my ability. And so this is what happens. They make up these excuses. And I'm sure that laziness and little effort is the same exact way for recruiters on the in the civilian side.
Yep.
These people would not get up and make the calls. They were scared to make calls. They were afraid to go and talk to people in person. I mean, this is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. And so I remember I had a horrible situation, so I had to travel back home. And what I used to do is I'll build up my funnel. So I'll build up people that are qualified. So that way, I'm always hitting my target and exceeding my target. So I have this person going in this month, this person going in this month. It was built up that way. And so when I had to travel back home, I come back to the station and all my people been divvied out. I was so frustrated. Mm-hmm. All that, the rapport I built, because the rapport is not going to be the same with the new recruiter that you divvied them out to. And now we end up losing some people. But they took all my people, all because I finally took time off, and I only took 4 days on top of that. 4 days. And they did that fast to me.
Hold on.
So
before Daniel Succeed by Force, he said he had a great time. This was real. You guys are really good at managing your crowd. We'll be on the lookout for the next one. I think he's about to sign off. So just want to make sure if you are signing off, thank you for joining. I know.
Okay, cool. We'll definitely appreciate you here. And we'll be live some more. This is actually just our second time going live, so we'll definitely be live again. We enjoy the live for the better engagement with you guys, rather than just putting out a video and then just
we definitely prefer going. We definitely prefer going live. And just to
now React let you TV, what's up?
Just to let you know, Daniel, by the way, we do at the beginning parts of every month, you're going to see it come out. We do our goals and things like that. So we do it as a family, so we can really respond in real time. Hey, how are you doing your goals and things like that? So if you are interested in something like that happens at the beginning parts of every
all right,
month.
Mr. Taylor, we catch you.
That's that. But yep. Oh, you said Mal React TV. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Mal
Ken Oaks came in.
Ken Oaks been in the building. Ken Oaks been in the building. So, like with recruiting though, that's what I'm saying. They took my people, all the people that I work hard, built up that rapport and everything, and they passed them out to other recruiters, which is so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so bad, with these recruiters too. People wouldn't even take the initiative to learn how to put officers in the Army. It was like, okay, you're the one with the education, you're just going to do it. All right, well, I'm already in charge of vehicles. I'm already in charge of this. But my point is, this same concept can apply to, okay, I'll catch you later. Larry, it was good with you being here. This same concept can apply to the civilian sector, because I noticed there are a lot of recruiters that ghost, and it's the same thing. They're just lazy and not qualified to do their job, and they don't understand how important a recruiter is. A recruiter can literally make or break, someone's day type of thing, because that's income. I need that money coming in. I got to get paid, and now I got screwed over because I had an unqualified recruiter who didn't know, how to read my resume, or who wasn't qualified, didn't know how to do an interview. Because a lot of people don't even think about that. There's a way you're supposed to be interviewing and things like that. So a big old spill. One thing I learned too, on the civilian side, when I was getting hired for a recruiter on the outside, see, we did full life cycle recruiting, and they were like, hey, we only want you to do this one piece. And I'm like, I'm used to doing a full life cycle recruiting. But the way that it works is I learned that right there how there's a lot of missing pieces, because since you're only tasked to do this part of the recruiting, there's a disconnection with you doing the other part of recruiting that you don't understand at all. So it's just a full breaking piece. And then the hiring managers are giving you this criteria that they're looking for when it's not the exact criteria that they're looking for. They just, okay, we're looking for these particular skills.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for this education. But what they're not talking about is they're looking for a cultural fit. And so
and that's what they would never admit.
Right. While the recruiters are on the outside, okay, I got to hurry up and get these bodies, because I'm incentivized. So I'm gonna, do what I gotta do, go through my list that I have and put somebody in there. And then the hiring manager, a lot of times they don't know how to interview because they're expecting the recruiter to already know how to interview and take care of that piece for them. So there's a major disconnect going on right there, which makes the hiring process fail. Because when somebody then gets in the door, all of a sudden the onboarding is non-existent. It'll start for like, okay, the first week or two, but then that person is just dropped off. Yep. And a lot of times they don't tell people that the recruiters that recruited them are not part of the company because it's a tactic. Yeah, you're gonna act like you are a part of that company to make the person feel better during the process. But then once you get them on board, you tell them, hey, go communicate with the PM. If you have any questions, just do PM, that manager, because they've now dropped off because now they're getting their incentive and you're done.
Yep. The onboarding process definitely sucks. They need to really work and revamp that. And that is the number one reason. Well, there's many reasons, right, why people leave a job. But if you have a terrible onboarding process and, there's people there that don't want to cross-train you and stuff like that, because y'all know how it is. Workers are disgruntled. Like, why is this new person coming in? Like, why are they making more money than me? And all this other crazy stuff that goes on at work. It will definitely be a reason why a person leaves. I know for me, myself, I definitely left the company because I was like, absolutely not. Like, okay, so what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do here? So people, they need to really get that in line and everything like that. But let's go back to companies. They should, Lindy C. They should have orientation programs and at least start doing it a lot more. I know I talk about this all the time. For those of you who don't know, I used to work for Accenture. It's like a big tech firm, and you would think as how they look, you would think that they have the most put together stuff out there. I'm telling you, when I tell you that their onboarding, their orientation sucks. It was a 2-day event to get everybody hyped to be consultants. Everybody was so hyped, like, yeah. Oh shoot, we're working for Accenture. We're gonna go out, y'all. And then after the 2 days, they just dropped us. We had to go out and network and stuff like that. People was on the bench. I was on the bench. When I first got there, I was on the bench for 2 months. For those of you who don't know what being on the bench means, that's not a good place to be because that's a nice way to get fired real quick. Because some companies like them, they do pay you while you are not engaged in what they call client-facing work because that's how they generate revenue. But they didn't tell you how to network. They didn't tell you what you're supposed to do to actually be a consultant or anything like that. They had their own methodology, and then they expected people to just come in and be able to do it the Accenture way,
But what about this? This is something, of course, without saying, this is not Accenture, just because I don't want anybody to think it's Accenture. But what about this, Shaq? Recent experience about salary negotiations, because that person to me wasn't a qualified recruiter like I had just talked about. You remember what happened with the salary negotiation with you?
Yeah.
Talk about that. The person didn't know what to do.
No, they didn't. So y'all, what T is talking about, let me tell y'all a quick story while we're talking about salary negotiations. And T, make a poll about salary negotiations. How do people do it? Do they go to the top of the range, especially if they're qualified, or do they go to the mid? Do they go to the lower range?
Let us know. Because I talked about that.
Let us know in the chat. But let me just tell you this quick story. So because I work for myself, of course, contracts don't always come as they can. And I am not opposed to working a W-2, but in order for me to work a W-2, it definitely has to be beneficial because there's a lot that goes into play when you work a W-2. And some of the things that people don't talk about, especially when you work for yourself, these W-2s, especially in the space that I am in, I would have to sign an NDA in order to work with them. That's not what the problem is. The problem is the non-compete. So I am in the same space that they are trying to recruit me for. That's gonna take away all of my money. No, because right now how it is, I can work with multiple clients. But if I go with these companies, I would have to just go down to just working with them, cutting my income substantially. So this one company reached out to me and they said they were so excited. Oh my goodness, you got all the qualifications. And I just cut straight to the chase. Okay. Because I get it. You see my resume, and it's not that I'm being rude, but I really don't have time for it. I told y'all in the beginning, I don't have time for the foolishness, the games that these recruiters play. So they went on and they said, so what is your salary expectation? The first thing I said, there is no way that you can match what my expectation is. So the real question is, how far are you willing to come up? And let me
try cracking up.
Let me know how y'all feel about what I just said to them. But so that's the real question. How far are you willing to come up? So they said, well, we're willing to come up here. And I have my range, and I can say, dude, like, no, that's not feasible. And how about when I told him where the lowest amount that I am willing to take, they said, oh no, well, I don't think we can do that. This is the max, and this is where it is. I said, but your range is here. And I'm telling you, I already make well above the range. At least you can hit at the top of the range, right? At least to make it feel a little comfortable. And they said, no, they're not willing to do that. So what I'm saying is these companies are out here playing games. They're putting out these salary ranges for purposes of transparency, because there's a lot of states, if you are in the United States, I know it happens overseas, you have to be transparent about your salaries. But these ranges are just so damn ridiculous. You would see like 50,000 all the way up to 200,000. Like, that's just crazy talk. What is the actual range? And what they're doing is they're having all these people come in and they say, okay, it's really up to how much they can get for the lowest person that comes in. So yes, they want the top talent, but they don't want to pay the top pay. So I don't know how y'all feel about that. When you go into a company, are you willing to hit that top of that range, even though you know that you are the top talent? Or do you stay somewhere in the middle to play it safe just in order to get the job? Because me personally, I don't play it safe. If I know that I'm qualified for that job, and I know, first of all, you reached out to me, I am not going to be the one to be like, oh, well, you know what? This is what it is. And I'm going to take that. So let me know how y'all feel about that. 100% mid-range. So I guess I'm just Delulu for going in like that. But
said is why I watch you guys, because I hate working a W-2.
I just hate it.
That's a whole nother live.
You took down the live.
We'll have to. That's good to talk about, because we can talk about that from the government space for government contracting, and from the civilian space. That's a good thing to talk about with that. But
yeah, that is a good thing.
We got to do that at another time. That'll be tight.
Yep. So that's where that is, and it's very hard out here, especially even trying to get a job, and that's just the reality of everything right now. Things are going up. The salary is not increasing with everything that is going up, but we are still expected. We as everybody, and we are still expected to be able to pay these things, and afford these things.
Right. Look at the apartment in Virginia. They went up by $3,000.
I don't know if we told y'all that, but the apartment went up by $3,000, and they're gonna have a nerve to send us a renewal notice
during the shutdown.
During the shutdown. Come on now.
During the layoffs,
asking us, hey, we really value you as tenants, but by the way, it's going up by $3,000. These people are crazy talk.
Because they're now installing smart locks. So I guess that's
exactly. So we have to pay for everybody's smart lock because they decided to automate the building. So now I guess it's our problem.
Very nice place. We love the place, but the goal
it ain't worth $8,000.
No, you're talking not over $9,000 because you got to factor in they're also charging for another amenity fee. That's charging for another background fee. You got to factor in we pay water and electricity separate. You got to factor in internet. You got to factor in we pay for parking. You got to pay for parking for 2 cars. Oh my gosh, this is
not to mention just the cost of living in Northern Virginia. But that's really where we're at, because what did it say? Yes, you told us the ones who could afford it would just buy it. Exactly. Like, no, that doesn't even make any sense.
That's like 3 mortgages.
Exactly. No,
if
absolutely.
Them people don't buy a house that's paying all that, they out their mind.
Exactly. No, I don't care how nice the place is. Ooh. Absolutely to the hell no for me. But this is just a whole nother topic of it in itself, because you guys know that it's just a lot across the board, and we all have to be able to come together, and we have to be able to afford the different things. And that's why when this property finally got rented, you guys don't even understand the relief that, and the pressure that it came off of us, because as you know that I lost one of the biggest contracts that we had. So our income went down significantly. So it was just one of those things where, we just had to keep on. We had to keep on, because one thing we did not want to do is sell our properties. We did not want to do that. We did not want to make a short-term decision that will affect us in the long run, because that will be just the worst thing that we can do right now. So we just had to hold on. And that's another thing. We have to be real about the things that has to happen. There are options out there. And some of the things that even for us that we had to do, you really have to know what is the last day things are due. I understand things are due on the 1st, but especially if you have a mortgage, you have some mortgage companies have until the 17th to pay. Well, it is late after the 16th. So with that being said, if you do work for yourself and you are in this sector, you know that you invoice a client and you get paid anywhere like that. But sometimes that's what we had to do in order to survive. We couldn't pay everything all at once. Things come in all over the month, so we had to adjust. And that's just the reality of things. We had to make decisions, right, T, about what we're going to buy, what we're not going to buy. There was times when, it was very, very uncomfortable doing the things that we normally want to do. And a lot of time people think that, that we live beyond our means and all this other stuff. That's the furthest thing from the truth. The truth is, ever since we have been together, we've been together for 15 years. In the beginning, we used to go out all the time. We used to, go to restaurants and stuff like that. But once we started having children and stuff like that, things became really, really tight. And we really haven't had that time to ourselves to actually go out and just be, a couple. And that is very important, especially nowadays and what is going on in this world. You have to have that time with your significant other, your spouse, or whatever situation that you're going through, because that can cause a lot of angst within the relationship as well. We can't allow everything that is happening on the outside of the world, like the government shutdown, people losing their jobs. All this stuff is what they want to create division amongst people. And then it becomes a lot of infighting.
Right. That's the division that they love. It's like, okay, we won because we got people divided. And that's why, just having this channel, it's just so valuable, because that the connection is here. We see things where we'll get some trolls, and then you'll have somebody in the family that'll go step to them and defend them before we even get to them. So those type of things are just valuable. And like Jack said, like, we haven't really been out really, and done things for it's just us as much. And that's because how in the chat we was talking about earlier a bit about family. We never had like support basically from family, even to just simply watch our kids. for us to just go out. It's always been us because we never got help. And part of moving to Virginia, guys, was that I'm from there, and so prior to arriving, as soon as I got to notice, I hit up family like, hey, and then you can watch the kids, one weekend, so me and Jack can, we can go out because we haven't been out in forever. It's just us to really enjoy ourselves. And yeah, of course, we got you. But when we got there, it didn't happen. It turned to, oh yeah, I can't, I don't feel good. Okay, then it turned to, okay, yeah, I can't this weekend because I gotta watch such and such kid. It was just constant excuses, and then it turned to, oh yeah, my place, I'm losing my place. Can I borrow some money? It turned to all these excuses, and it's like the same old ball game with just getting any type of help. And it's not like we're asking for much. That's something that's free, and then we're paying. Also, we're gonna here's money for, thank you for letting us go out. It's crazy how things are nowadays.
But you don't think it's kind of crazy you even have to pay family
to
watch? We're talking about people to watch their grandkids, watch their nieces and nephews. Like, that's just crazy talk to me.
And it's not like it's a lot to watch, what I'm saying, hours. Like, they're very self-sufficient, independent and everything. But that's the world we live in now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same with you guys out there, but that's what me and Jack experienced. But even with the shutdown and the contract loss and things like that, it's just finding creative ways to do things. Not everything has to be at a cost. It's little things. Can go out and enjoy old school things, and go have fun and do a picnic. Go to a park. This is movies don't cost much. It's so much little things that can be done in a short span of time. And that's something that we appreciate here in Florida. We actually get to take the kids to the aquarium. We have date night here, and you get to drop them off on the weekend. They have fun in the aquarium. That's something that something that we thought of, that we were doing because they enjoyed it. They're having fun, and while they're having fun, we were having fun. We had it, time for ourselves, basically. Sometimes friends can be better than family. I hope y'all going. It's right. Sometimes friends can definitely be better than family. And I had a friend. He was basically like, man, we're brothers. It's crazy that it's like that. I mean, that dude did a lot of things for me. It was mutual. Friendship that it's like none of my brothers would even do that, man. But you build good relationships. I know in the military, basically, the camaraderie is definitely there. A couple times, even personal time is important for relationships, and also mental health. Right, it's definitely right. It's just so important. Oh, you respond back. Okay, cool. You want to talk on that, or?
Yeah, it is. It is definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, Sunshine, because it is definitely important when it comes to your mental health, because it could definitely pull a strain on the relationship. So we definitely want to make sure we take priority in that, because like we say, we are a unit. You guys can see that every time we show up. It's myself, it's T. This is exactly how we are right now. Is what you get in real life. The people that know us in real life, they know exactly this is what it is. But also, in order for us to be the best parents that we can be to our children, we have to make sure that we prioritize our time, we prioritize ourselves, and we make sure that our kids know that. And now they are of the age where T and I, we could definitely step out and stuff like that. So that is a good finally like they're finally of that age. So it's definitely definitely an important thing. And I just wanted to make sure that I did say this in the chat before we do close out the chat. There is a lot going on, especially if you are in the US, especially around, food scarcity and stuff like that. But if anybody is, in that type of situation, that Aldi's, if you do have an Aldi's next to you, they are giving out meals for $40. That will feed a family of 10. That's really big. So I don't know. Of course, I'm not going to talk about anybody's finances, but we definitely don't want to see people go hungry. We don't want people to, not know where their next meal is going to come from, because that's just not cool. A lot of the times, what people don't realize is that the children, when they go to school, and I'm saying this because I grew up in a foster care environment, for anybody who is unfamiliar with that. And a lot of the times the only meal that we would get, not myself, but the foster kids, it only came from the school. So there are a lot of things that is happening, especially with trying to revamp the SNAP program and all of these different type of programs. It's highly unfortunate, but a lot of kids especially go hungry. So, I mean, if you do know somebody and you want to offer up that information, please do tell them that Aldi's, if you do have an Aldi's next to you, they are doing the $40 to host for a family of 10, at least, so people could be able to have food for that. Lindy C, like Jackie said, making friends as adult is difficult, especially in our current culture with so much isolation. I keep my circle small. Many of the close friends go back to my childhood teens. Look, let me tell you something. You talking about a circle? Ours is a dot, a straight up dot. Like, so many people have came into our life, and it just has not turned out to be a good thing at the end of the day. I do understand that, sometimes everybody is not the same, but time after time after time, we're definitely free-spirited people. I wouldn't say give our last, because there's no way I'm giving up my last just for, someone else, but we're definitely kind-hearted and everything like that. But, some people take that for granted, and they like to take advantage of situations like that. So we just try to steer away from that. And it does cause, we don't want anything to come into our relationship that will cause a wedge between our relationship. And that's like any outside force. And we're talking about family, friends, people that have their own opinions. We have to make sure we protect the unit, because at the end of the day, once those haters go, once those people that come in, the infiltrators, they leave, that all we have is us. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, is rare nowadays. You do, come across some good, genuine people, just like look at the community here, but it's rare, as far as friendships and things nowadays. So if you got, good communication with people, I say really just really value it, because it's not something that comes along often. At some age, let's see where you come from. It's not age.
So that you're just becoming more introverted, because it's definitely harder out here to make friends, and when you're a lot older, it's not the same.
Yeah, when you're young, you used to be that best friend thing.
Yeah, I can't.
This my brother.
I have a few things on my mind, and I can guarantee you, having a best friend is not one of them. I am focused on my family, the business, making things that is aligned for us. And to be realistic, a lot of the times people are not like-minded like you are, and then it will step into a situation where there becomes a lot of jealousy, and that is just one thing I just can't deal with. I cannot deal with, a jealous person, an envious person, because I don't have a jealous bone in my body. So I'm not used to dealing with that at all. So that's just not a thing for me. I'll immediately cut somebody off because I'm just like, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Not today, not tomorrow, not next year, nothing.
I think too, like a lot of the, genuine people got their guards up, and that's how you can know that, someone's really kind of genuine. Because I'm like, okay, they got their guard up too, just like I got my guard up.
Exactly.
And
Y'all
then
both got your guard up.
Then you start to both lower your guard a little bit, and start talking more, getting to know each other more, and things start to go from there. Yeah, the fear of me here was jealous, especially when money. Oh yeah, when money involved. When money involved. Oh gosh. That's a whole nother story. We can't even go into that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah,
boy,
especially when money is involved. That's why we don't give money to
mm-mm.
anyone. A best way to break up any type of relationship is to give money to somebody. That would be the quickest way, because it's so funny when you give it to them and you ask for it back, it becomes a whole nother situation.
Oh,
and then you gotta who was
That's
it? Was it Daniel that said they took him to the bathroom and had to and then
I don't know what's going on right now, y'all.
Daniel said he took his friend to the bathroom and had to 1-2 him, and then gave him
Okay,
because of money. Yeah. He said it was because of money, but yeah, that was definitely funny.
Yeah,
I will loan you money, but I expect the money back.
Exactly. Yeah, but then
exactly.
I had somebody, I don't want to go into full story tonight, but all of a sudden I couldn't reach him. Oh yeah, my phone got messed up when I finally reached him, when I was actually headed to going over to it. I'll just leave it as say I was going to his house. I'm not going to say the full story. I'll just leave it as that. But
go to a bathroom.
All of a sudden, what happened was, oh, my phone was off, my bad, bro. I had actually went on the state, and I had forgot that you even loaned me the money. Really,
you forgot that I loaned you the money. You see, people be on some other stuff. I'm telling you, people be on that other stuff. You can't find them exactly. I mean, you cannot find them. I can relate about that money. Had to drop them. Happened in my young naive, not after 30. Exactly. It's like something after you turn 30, it's just something happens. Like you just cut through all that. I don't know. Like after you turn 30, it's just something happened. I can only imagine when I hit 40, it's just going to be non-existent for me. It's just a whole nother level for me. Also, I want to network on ways to make real wealth.
I keep meeting on brokerage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm so glad you said. Look. You know how T and I feel about this. I don't understand. It does seem like everybody is just broke and struggling. I know it's a struggle out there, but it's like, how in the hell can everybody be broke? Is it really like that? Like, or are we just that disconnected from what the reality is? I don't want to be on that. Like, even if you are, we talk about this all the time. Even when T and I was broke, our mindset was not.
We might be disconnected a little bit, because remember when we talked about our broke, we explained them to, that was our struggle. When people were really mad, you ain't broke, you ain't struggling, that ain't no struggle. They were really going in. So
people struggle at different levels. Different levels to struggling.
People just struggle different, and that's what people have to understand.
Exactly.
Like, we can't get to a struggle for us. We can't ever get to a point where we pulling lint out our pockets.
No, that's not. No,
and that's what some people's struggle is. Or some people struggle. Their bank account is negative.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this went through. I'm glad this payment went through, but I'm in a negative. Ain't got nothing. That's all right. I'm gonna go do some deliveries, and make it up. Go do this gig work. So that's the thing. People's struggle is, it's different. Some people, oh man, I'm getting evicted, ain't got nowhere to live. I'm like, dang, you didn't have to get to that point, but
we ain't even told y'all. Like we got people telling us that just because we have these houses, and they getting evicted, well, they got evicted and not getting evicted. They're gonna call us and ask us, hey, can we come stay in one of y'all houses? Hell to the no. No, you cannot come and say, I'm sorry you got evicted. There's plenty of programs out there to help you out. But it is not Jackie and T's responsibility to help you just because you got evicted. Because let me tell you one thing about it. The first thing you pay is somewhere to lay your head. And that's just bottom line. Nothing else. Well, everything does matter. You want to have food, you want to have that. But I just feel like it's just so trifling. And we talk about this all the time, is that you mean to tell me you went that whole month and you just could not pay to lay your head? Like, I just think that's crazy. Even if you have a little something to give to the landlord, little something to give to the apartment complex, you give it. Exactly. Do not. No, absolutely not. The family, they will keep you broke. They will keep you broke, and they'll try to play that victim game. They'll try to play that, oh, well, we're all family and all this. You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. No. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Yeah, family. It's like with family, because it's like we're family, and they treat you different than they would an outsider.
Exactly.
That's
the truth. That is the truth.
It's the truth. They're like, oh, he can't believe this person doing this to me. Won't let me stay over no more. When you were laying your head there for months for free and not contributing a dime, not even contributing food. But then, that's a whole family.
No. I mean, it's to the point where I can't even say I feel bad, because for me, it just feels like it's habitual and it just keeps happening. I cannot feel bad. I feel bad for the children. I cannot feel bad for a grown adult who puts themselves in a situation like that, because we made sure one thing about it. We always had somewhere to lay our head. We always had food on the table for our kids. We may not have eaten, but we always made sure that our kids was well fed, well dressed, well everything. So I just cannot feel bad for that. I understand people go through hard times. I'm not saying we're careless or anything like that. But when it comes to situations like you bring us in at the end. Okay, even before you get evicted, y'all, it's a whole process to get evicted. Exactly. Why couldn't you bring us in at the time when, oh my goodness, I'm falling behind? You wait until the sheriff damn near threw everything on the damn curb, and now you want to call us.
We got way too many examples that we could talk about.
That's exactly. Your family crime. Jeez. Exactly. They just straight robbing you.
Why me brought that up?
Exactly.
That's a lie.
That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. So I don't know. I'm just not here for it. Like, we're all going through what we're going through. It is affecting everybody. So I mean, I can't suggest what people do with their money. I'm just telling you what we doing with our money. There is no money to give. There is no money to give. What I can do, I can give you a conversation. And honestly, at this point, I'm exhausted. I don't even want to give that, because I hate talking to someone that is not going to, make a change or anything like that. It just continues to be the same thing. You just want to dry talk to me. Like, no, I'm not having this conversation. My time is my time. If you want to have a legitimate conversation where you want to go over, okay, let's talk about your money issues, because that's where it is. You have money issues. You do not have a great relationship with money. You just spend everything you get.
But the thing about with money, it's like it's something that I feel should be taught in school.
It should be taught in school.
That should be a course.
They should teach real estate in school. That's credit card, everything.
It's just when you graduate, it's just like, all right, your senior year, all right, you're going to go to college, all right. But then majority of the time, people just picking a subject to go to college for, and then they end up dropping out. And then they're messing up with money. They tell you, they sending credit cards to you, in high school, and you using those credit cards. You not knowing anything about the credit card. You got this 40% interest credit card and you swiping.
Damn, that's high as hell. 40% interest.
It's a lot of chat. I'm telling you,
that's a high credit. I have never seen 40%.
You got cars. People are getting in car loan debt, Jack, with over 30% on car loans.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's really like that. It's high like that. It's crazy. I've seen it. So these things happen because, for one, I mean, like I said, people aren't taught. But for two, when you try to teach people, they don't accept what you're teaching them.
Right.
They're not open to it because they think that they know it all, and it's like, okay, who are you to teach me something?
Exactly.
People don't understand that everybody can learn something from each other. And even with just a space in general, people would rather just go out there and keep doing the same thing over and over and over, keep failing, rather than to try something different and listen to somebody that has done it and has proven success by doing it. It's crazy how it is. I mean, then you're talking about free on top of that. I mean, somebody's willing to put you on game, tell you it's for free, and people aren't willing to accept it and listen. It's like, I don't understand that, because I know if I had somebody ever come to me and try to, got something valuable, best believe I'm going to value your time for sure. And I'm it's showing that is working for you. Hey, I'm going to give it a try too, and hope, that it works for me. And if it doesn't, nothing lost.
Yeah, you have to, like Lindy C, you have to want to learn. You have to want to have that knowledge. You have to be willing to accept it. You have to be willing to admit that there is something wrong and someone is giving me advice in order to begin the process of remediating it. Sunshine said that, you guys, we should do a video about loans and how to select mortgage packages. You know what, Sunshine? That's a great idea, because even when we were going through the process of buying a home, we couldn't. It was just such a whole situation in itself. Loan officers trying to get over and all that other stuff, especially when it came to the VA. So what I did was,
I think we should have a conversation.
I created a calculator specifically for this, and I think we could talk about this. We could definitely talk about that.
I think
about the loans.
I think we should. I think Sunshine, if you up to, I think you should hit the link to message us about that, and let's talk about something with that. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, if you see our link on our the website, Sunshine, go to my website and just click that link and book it, so we can have a conversation. If you want to talk about, just so we can have a talk about that. Why me? Yes.
Yeah, I'm reading why me as much as why offer to help them get started investing for free. But nope, I ain't got money like that. Yeah, exactly.
And it's so crazy, like the lack of education that people don't even realize. Even if you like $20, I mean, I don't really feel like that's a lot of money, but over the course of time, it becomes, it could be exponential, and people just don't realize that. They just fumble the bag. You should never ever spend down to your last. You should always have something. Even if it's a little something, you still have something, because you have to have something for a rainy day. It is not a good feeling when you are truly broke and you can't do anything, and you can't, because when you're broke, you can't make any moves. It's more expensive to be poor. Believe it or not, it's a lot more expensive to be poor than it is not to be.
It's like I'm trying to understand the paycheck to paycheck thing, because I understand, jobs, pay low, but it's like, you can't say something. You know what I'm saying? You can't put away something for the check to build up to have a rainy day. I don't know. It's kind of It kind of throws me off with the paycheck to paycheck thing.
Why means that we should start going live on these topics, just about real estate and loans and stuff like that. I think that would be a good.
We should.
We're gonna we really
schedule
should
it right, because we want to make sure that everybody could get in and fit with the right time.
Because it's a whole situation getting, because YouTube doesn't push out. I don't know. Do you guys get the notification for lives?
Yeah, somebody said something about the notifications that they don't get them.
Yeah, because that's why we have to like say it in videos that we put out. We have to do so much in the thing, because I don't know if it's pushing out to it to the community. I don't know. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works with lives. Yeah, paycheck to paycheck was never my life. Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't do it. We did it when we didn't have any money. That is a very scary feeling. Now that is a scary feeling, when you don't know when your next paycheck is gonna be there. Absolutely not. I can't do that.
But I mean, paycheck to paycheck, it's like, I don't know. I think it's like, it has to be, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but it's like, it has to be something that you can cut to save if you live in paycheck to paycheck. And then you have all that high percentage of people that are living paycheck to paycheck. Over, some sites say 67, and some data shows 58% and 55%. It's still high.
You guys,
all that money, I mean, you can cut on food. That's something that you can cut on.
We're doing a video really that's coming up real quick, where we talk about how we budget our money, even though we don't have like the traditional 9 to 5. I think if people start thinking about budgeting like they are a business, then it will be a lot better, because when you're a business, you have to No, it didn't cut off. It was the screen. When you're a business, you have to project out. Like, you can't, there's not this monthly budgeting. Like, people project out a year in advance. You got to do it by the quarter. And if you start doing things like that, then, it will definitely be much better. But we're definitely putting that video out. We're going to be dropping that soon. And of course, our sources of income, because even though we touched on it a little bit in the previous live about, the amount of money we make, you guys do know that is no longer the case anymore, because some things have changed. So we just want to go over the different sources of income, how we are able to survive, like especially this shutdown and what's going on, because now we are definitely on a very, 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 very tight. I mean, this is as tight as it's going to get, because you'll know that sometimes you are in situations where you are upside down.
Right, Jill. Get rid of unnecessary subscriptions.
Exactly.
That's a good one too. I mean, it's odd. I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's gotta be places that you can cut.
You have to cut. That don't mean you don't live life, but you do have to cut unnecessary things. Like, one thing that I hear that people do not talk about when it comes to budgeting, one thing I like my Starbucks and I like my Dunkin'. I like both of them. So I know that is a part of my life. I know that, some people might say, well, cut back your coffee. I'm not going to cut back the things that bring me joy. I'm not saying that a coffee brings me joy, but it's the fact that I get to get out the house because I work from home, and I get to go drive to Dunkin', or I get to drive to Starbucks. That is a part of your budget. You have to budget for things that you like. And then that's where you start at. I like that. I budget. I put a certain portion aside for the quarter, because I budget by the quarter. And that's just what it is. Once the money is done, you don't take from it anymore. Once you have hit your bottom line, and that's another thing, you have to be, what is that word? You have to be serious. You have to be serious when you are budgeting. Yeah. If you say you only have $100 to go do whatever you want to do, if you want to, just to buy things and stuff like that, you don't spend any less. You don't spend any more than $100. You have to have a cut off, because if you do not have a cut off, that's when you start dipping into places where you do not want to go to. And that's when T and I, we was in that situation at the beginning part of this year, that's what we were talking about. It became very uncomfortable for us because we're talking about it was draining like at a rapid speed, and there was no security or when the next paycheck was coming, because even though the business started, the company that I had started the first contract was a net 30, but even before the net 30, you still have to go through that whole thing. We didn't get paid until 60 days later, but we still had bills. We still had to make our mortgage payments and things like that. And that's another thing that we want to touch on too. All of these, especially during the government shutdown, all of these different banks out here saying, oh, just come to us and we'll help you. I guess it's like a payday loan type situation and stuff like that. Y'all, it is not what it looks like. And it is not what it seems, because the people still have to qualify. So a lot of people are being denied that paycheck protection that is happening from the bank, all because, they fell behind on bills, of course, because there is no paychecks coming in. They are looking at your debt to income ratio in order just to give that loan. So it is not what it seems. And that was what we were really concerned about, because we wanted to make sure that, our credit stayed where it was supposed to be. We wanted to make sure that everything was being paid on time. But you do get worried when you just don't have the money. I mean, I don't care what ways, you can't be a magician when it comes to things like this. You can't make $1 out of 15 cents. If it's not there, it's just not there. So a lot of times it was like a real stressful situation. This is why I was talking about, you have to know what is the last day possible in order to not hit that late charge, because you don't want to hit that late charge. But sometimes if you have to hit it, it is what it is in order to, get where you gotta do. Though. You communicate, you open up the lines of communication with the different companies. That's all it takes. Don't have too much pride in order to tell them like, yo, dude, like, I don't have any money. This is where my money is going to drop. Can you waive that late charge, or can you waive that? Just as long as you don't go over 30 days for it to hit the credit. You never know. There's a lot of time. So I think that will definitely be a good conversation to have, because that's realistic. That's what's going on right now. You don't want to ruin your credit and everything else. This is what we talk about. Short-term situations have a long-term effect. You want to make sure everything just stays right, but we get it too. If you just don't have the money, you ain't worried about no credit. You ain't worried about none of that. You just worrying about getting it to the next day. That's it. And that's what we don't want to be in. We don't want to be in survival mode. That is a mode that is just not good. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your overall health. It's not good if you have children. It's not good on your marriage. It's not good for none of that. That's not a place where you want to be at. That's why it's very important to save. But like we said, you can only save so much. You got, but no, a lot of people are dropping, and I've been talking. I have my water right here. We're about to drop 2, because this is turning into a whole different conversation, y'all.
I'm getting some things about like the ideas. I got it before it get out before cut. We can't find it. That's why I'm.
Yeah, we're not going to just cut it.
I got to get this stuff
okay.
Out here,
you got it?
Yeah, I got what I need. I think.
Okay.
I got one. Yeah. No, one more thing I need to do.
And just shout out to everybody that is still here. Shout out to y'all. This has been 2 hours. We've been having fun. Let us know if you've been having fun. And because this is real awesome. This is a time when you could definitely come and, really see the behind the scenes, the unscripted, even though we don't script anything, but I'm just saying like the real time responses from T and myself. Yeah, this has been fun.
That's interesting. You said, we don't script it, because you can hear just the knowledge, that we're with things that both able to talk about AI, both able to talk about God, both able to talk about whatever.
That AI topics. Talk. We had the most people in here when we started talking about AI. I could have went on
deep. Exactly. I mean, we could have went into the things with social media, with data, because with how they are collecting data and what they're doing with it. I could have went deep into
yeah,
that.
we probably have to do a whole nother live about
new spill.
the
There's so
thing.
many. I could have went deeper into the TAM, the technology acceptance model. There's so many different things that we can go deep in, from knowing, what both know about about each space. But anyways,
you don't do social media.
Oh, don't do social media. I'm so upset with NYC voters right now.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Lindy C said, nice chatting with you guys. But yeah, if the offer is out there, if you do want to set aside some time, my website is in the description and on the main page of it, and there is like a pressing matter, like, you know what, Jackie, I need to have a conversation with you. Just go there, book it. I have multiple slots throughout the week. I always try to keep my calendar open because especially to have those conversations with anyone that want to have a conversation like that's outside of this. I'm not caught up on, oh, well, you got to charge for this, charge for no. If you need to have a conversation with me or T, because he's going to be right here, just go ahead and book it. Just hit that link and say, you know what, Jackie, I want to have a conversation with y'all. You never know what a conversation can go a very long way with people. This was a nice live with y'all. I'm so happy, y'all. We are 2 hours and 15 minutes in, and this is crazy.
Wami's got #1 spot tonight. And yeah. Wami said, real talk with like-minded people. Facts, yeah, like-minded people. We love it. We love it.
Yep. So those are what the numbers mean over there. Yes, Wami, you have the #1 spot coming in with Lindy C. On our side, I don't know if you see it. Why me and Lindy C? You're at 225.
Lindy C got second. Okay, nice.
Jill Elias Butler is #3 at 150, and sharing the spot was Sunshine. Larry Lynch is at 125. Lola Lauren is at 75. Grace is at 75. Still figuring it out. Is at eighth place, 75. LT Go Bird is 9th place at 75. Succeed by 4th. Daniel is 75. Mr. Taylor is 75. So the top 11 people is right there on the board, and those are what those numbers mean. Yes, Lindy C had the #1 for a while, but I came through. Yes, Bobby, you just
Lindy C had it for a while.
She was like, she was definitely killing the chat. We're definitely gonna have to do something.
Beast mode.
We're definitely gonna have to do something with these top.
We'll talk off.
Yeah, but let us know what you would like us to do with the people that get the top 3 spots.
That's a good option too.
The top we can 5 spots.
Say that. Yeah, that's a good option too. But we're gonna talk about it. But that's a good option too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Let us know. We'll probably put it. But no, this is great. You all been. Wait, I'm interested because Lindy C, it is morning time over there for you all. What are y'all doing? Are y'all at work? Is it listening to us? I know it's like nighttime over here. What are y'all doing? You don't have to do anything. Early. We get the most out of it, so that's our gift.
That's so nice.
That's so nice. But we definitely want to do something. I mean, we definitely want to do something. So y'all think about what y'all want us to do, especially for these. I mean, this is a long time, y'all. This is 2 hours. I feel like we just had a whole big conference call. The only thing I hate about these lives is that you guys can't interact with us. I mean, I guess through chat you can, but
yeah, but this is fun too. This kind of fun. Beats, the video. We talk about things that we don't put out in the videos, like how the last chat we gave out numbers out there as far as our salary and things like that in the contracts. So
yeah,
we give things that we don't give on the actual videos. I know some people you have to be like members for certain things like that. I think on live is best. We give more details that we're not giving on
Yeah, and
the videos. I think that's the
and
thing.
That's the thing. We told you before, we're not going to charge for memberships and things like that. First of all, I ain't got time for all that. But when it comes to the Justice family now on our own personal channels, you know, there probably will be things, but on a Justice family channel, we're not going to do. This is where the lives, I think we're going to utilize this to really get the behind the scenes stuff that you would have to pay for if it was another creator. I mean, so this is what it is. I think it's a better way. Do you guys think that's a better way instead of just doing that? Charging a membership is just to come on live.
Who was third?
Who was third was Jill.
Jill, is Jill still here?
Yeah, Jill, are you still here? I think she is. At Jill Elise Butler, are you still here? I think I just seen a message from her.
Who we got?
Yeah, she just came through.
Yeah,
at 10:16.
Okay, who's fourth? Let me see.
And who's fourth is Sunshine. Okay, Sunshine just signed off. And then Larry is gone. Lola, I know this is a long. I get it. This is a long chat, y'all.
Yeah, but we weren't even supposed to be here.
We wanted to hit. Exactly. We wanted to hit the points. We wanted to be here for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Didn't turn into 2.
It's family reunion. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. So y'all know that we long-winded, and when y'all come to this, y'all gonna have fun. Y'all know what to expect.
And if y'all see them thieves on our content, just call them out. Because like I said, people are now stealing how we do, you know, what's up, family. So call them thieves out. You know, they're stealing everything from us.
Wait a minute, why me done got in second place again?
As long as it's in the evenings, I can, because I work in open space, so can't tax. Okay, so as long as it's okay, because I think on the next one we got to figure out how people get the notifications. Yeah, because we got to make sure that the time works.
Oh, Jill is still here. She said she is. Hey, Jill, thank you for being here.
Jill, you gotta get that number 2, number 1 next. You gotta get that up there next.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta that's what we gotta do. We gotta figure out how to.
I think
because like what we was saying, she got the notification when we was live, and I dropped 2 of them.
Yeah, so people aren't getting notifications. We just have to make sure that we are informing everybody throughout the month. Like I was telling someone earlier in the chat. So just to make sure that you guys are doing it. I don't know why YouTube does not push out lives, but definitely you will definitely be updated in the community tab. So just make sure that you keep your eye out on that as well. I feel like this is a YouTube thing on another, because I will get some when I feel like watching them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It must be a YouTube thing, because this is it. But I think that the monthly reset videos and just going, you know, those big videos that we do, I think it would be better to do it on a Friday night. And that's because we have a lot of people on in the different regions that are 12 hours ahead. And like, you know, we don't want them, because it becomes Sunday for them. And if they do have to like go to church or something like that, at least they can come on, because it will be a Saturday. Not that it will be, not that, you know, you don't have anything to do on a Saturday, but I think that for those videos, we should probably do it on a Friday night, you know, when everybody is really willing to come on here and watch the Justice family.
Question, the place looks really nice. Would you guys be leaving the furniture for the renters? No, we're moving everything out tomorrow.
Yeah, everything's being moved
tomorrow morning. We're getting up early.
They're gonna be here at 7 a.m.
and getting everything out of here. So,
will you pack it for the next house? Yes. Yeah. So this is gonna move to the next house, the townhouse,
because
and it's gonna be the setup for our downstairs at the townhouse.
And then what we have in Virginia is going to go upstairs. And are you moving to your vacant? Right. And then everything in from Virginia is going to go upstairs once we get those items. And then once that's set up, we will then be traveling. We'll look to travel.
The $1 million question right there. If that gets rented, then what? Okay, right? We out of here. We're going.
That's it.
We're out of here. We're out of the US.
That's the plan.
And we're going to travel. That is the plan. That is the plan.
there are things before we get out of here. There's changes with the HOA, and like we have plans for that. We had a big plan for that property, but now we have to do is transition to a different plan with renting that property, basically, so we can then get out of here and travel next year.
Yeah. So that's what this one just came out of nowhere, because we were definitely from the last time we spoke on the first, we just didn't know what was going on. Like we said, absolutely not. But we're going to go into detail about that as well, because it definitely took over 40 people just to find the one. And that's what it is. You got to hold out. You got to hold out. And we kept holding out. It wasn't the one. It wasn't the match. It wasn't the match. Month after month, it just wasn't the match. But what she say?
Make sure we have good Wi-Fi wherever we go.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
When we get to that piece next year, we're gonna. What I want to do, but I want to do is show the spreadsheet that are put together with the locations, how long you can stay in the whole 9 yards, so we can show the bigger. It'll be a better snapshot of showing it.
We definitely want to get back to our original plan. For those of you who've been with us from the beginning. Oh, y'all, my hair is lopsided. That's why I just keep on just doing this. But you would know that our plan is to leave the U.S. It's just been a lot of setbacks. What that has happened. You could just go through the whole playlist to see all the setbacks. But we definitely want to get to that point. And a part of it was building up our businesses. And, of course, this YouTube community, because that is going to be another source of income. But we just wanted to make sure that we can fully fund ourselves overseas, because, as T is retired, I am not retired. We're going to speak that into existence, because my plan is to be retired in 3 years, y'all. How old am I? Yeah, 3 years, y'all, at 40. I'm speaking that into existence. I hope to be retired in 3 years. I'm definitely on track to be retired, work optional if I really want to, but that's what the plan is. But in the meantime, I don't want to slow down the progress. We just want to go. We want our kids to experience different cultures and things like that.
I had a cheap retirement though, because military, all you got to do is 20 years. And in some cases you can do less than 20 years and retire. So I had a cheat way of.
Yes, why me? So what's happening is we're going to vlog. So we're going to be releasing that vlog. We're going to vlog this whole experience of us moving out and stuff like that, and be able to do that, because we realized the other day we never showed this house. Like, it's crazy talk. But yeah, this is the setup. Whoever would have came here, it would have been real nice for them, like real nice for them, because we definitely like to have our homes staged. This is just one of them, but they're bringing their own furniture. Yeah. So we're gonna just move this furniture over to our main house.
Yeah, unless, like I said, I got beat up in the military. Injuries. So they like, nah, dude, we're tiring you.
Yep.
You can't stick around like that.
So there's gonna be a lot of vlog, like different videos coming out, because you guys know that there's another renter that is coming in at the end of the month, right before Thanksgiving. So we have that, so you guys can see the behind the scenes of all that. We just want to show y'all behind the scenes of like what it really is, not like the traditional sit down videos. We want to get up and get out of it. We just finished doing an interview. We want to show that behind the scenes. Y'all gonna really love that one. Now that you're gonna want to see this one. That's gonna be a real good one. I plan to be retired to part-time next year, and only because I'm moving back to LA. I know the cost of living will triple. Oh my gosh, yes. And I will not be getting Social Security for decades, so I'll be living off my savings and investments. Plus, I can't live in a hood. And look, let me tell you something. We can't either. I'm not doing that. I can't live in a hood either. I can't live in places where I don't feel, comfortable being. It is what it is. I just can't
sleep with my heat.
Yeah.
Wash with my weapon in the shower.
No, I can't do that. No. Nope.
Yeah,
So, but that's what we have for y'all. And I really, really hope y'all enjoyed this live. Woo, it's gonna take a long time for YouTube to process this one. So if y'all wanna go back and
like,
watch this, they're gonna be like, what is happening with this family? T, did you say watch? Yes. I forgot these mics pick up everything. T, you was super quiet with you got on the mic.
I kind of, but yeah, it's.
Oh my goodness.
Got to sleep with it. And watch with it. That's the hood.
Like, let me tell you something. No, it ain't for me. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I will make a way to make sure I do not have to go to those type of environments anymore. No. Once you have elevated past that's it. You don't go backwards. You keep progressing forward.
But you can get anything while you're there. I got it's always a candy lady there, Jack.
See, you're not going to sell me on going back to the
I'm just saying, you always got a candy lady there.
That's nice.
You always got the ices. Somebody going to be making them ices. People coming around selling shoes.
Yeah, that's good. You know what? Clothes. And you know who else got that?
You can go across the street to get the haircut, the barber right there. Like,
you know who else got that? Malls. Malls have it. You can get the icy, you can get the candy.
Look,
why
we know what I'm talking about.
No. Why me do not condone this, dude? Don't do it. And now I'm gonna be hearing about this all night about how I can get a damn icy. But you want to know something about the icy?
Always got the corner store literally walking distance right there.
When my aunt lived
and then you know what's even big? You don't even gotta watch the news, Jack. All I had to do was look outside, step outside.
Yes, malt liquor. So you know what people used to make fun of me. Why me about drinking malt liquor. I don't know. What you remember that one that was in the jug? It was green. And then you used to hold it by the jug. What the hell was that called? I forgot what it was called. But I used to drink that. And let me tell you, that's a nasty shit. It smelled like straight piss. But yeah, I do remember that. That is the thing I do miss about, living in I guess the hood. Because you could go to the different bodegas and stuff like that.
It's hair products in the stores. It's got you get so much.
Yeah, you can get them shoes.
You looking out the window, see. I remember those days.
But
I'm telling you, I've been there.
We are not.
Let me throw one more in. This might throw. I don't know, but lights go off. You get up in the morning, cut the lights on, and them roaches on the counter.
He keeps talking about these roaches, y'all. For those of you who don't know, T's gonna put it out, but he used to live in the project, so he used to always talk about
the neighbor bomb. You know what I'm saying? The neighbor bomb. Now they all up in your place, then you got a bomb, and they're going back to the neighbor place.
When we was pregnant with
back and forth trading.
We was pregnant with our first son. We lived in this place. It looked so nice. It was right there by the water. We was like, oh my gosh, this is so
hanging
nice.
On the clothesline.
It was not the projects, but I'm telling y'all, we woke up, turned that light on, and when I tell you that stove looked like it was pulsating, I said the first thing I did, I said, hell no, we breaking this lease. We getting the hell up out of here. We went over to the rental office. I said, I can't do this. I'm pregnant. Yo, you about to make me have my kid on the floor. All them roaches. Oh my gosh. So I'm from up north, from Boston. And y'all, I went down to Virginia where T is from. And them roaches was hissing. I don't know. Has anyone ever heard of hissing roach? That thing was hissing at me.
You gotta throw the shoes up. I know what I'm talking about too. Shoes gotta be thrown up.
Shoot. I was scared as hell. I was like, I don't know. I don't have the. Oh, I mean, you're from Boston? She said she's from Boston.
You from Boston?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it comes out, my Boston accent, when I start speaking kind of fast. And you know what they say, when I get excited, the Boston accent comes out. She said no.
She's talking about the accent, though. She's from Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah. Where they say soda pop. When they don't say soda, they say pop.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, nice.
Those are
not
days,
the roaches. Exactly, not the roaches. I can. I'm telling y'all, like me and roaches, I'm telling you, it just makes me feel a certain type of way with roaches. Don't know.
That's what the roaches be saying. We don't die, we multiply.
I know they don't.
We don't die.
But no.
Pop. Okay.
Yep, the pop over there in Chicago.
The Fagos? Y'all remember the Fago sodas?
I just learned about what a Fago was. Did not ever see that before. We didn't have Fagos.
We had the Fagos. We had the loops for the shades. It's so much stuff. This can be a whole nother.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
yep.
Good times.
But no, this is good times. This is like catching up with, our peoples and all that other stuff. This is really fun. I really have a great time on these lives. I'm so impressed. Like, we still have 15 people in the chat. Y'all just probably just playing. Let us know if you actually watching us and you just got us playing in the background, just talking.
We're having fun.
I'm having fun. Shoot. So that's what I'm saying. I told you I'm very long-winded. I have conversations all the time.
I think they know that, Jack.
You think they know that? So it's hard to put this in a video, so you don't even understand how hard it is. I can't with roaches. I can't sleep. I'm telling you. I can't sleep. Have you ever seen? Yes. Oh my gosh. So when we got to Florida, speaking of the flying roaches, so I told y'all remember how I told y'all I like to wear wigs, right?
Palmettos.
Well, okay, we got to Florida and T and I, we were looking at different properties to rent. And we walked in there. Oh my gosh, this house was so nice and whatever like that. We stood underneath an oak tree. Okay. All of a sudden, I seen this thing fly by and that thing landed on my wig. You see T about to start laughing. It landed on my wig. I was like, oh, F no. I ripped that thing off and I threw that wig right there in the trash. I said, absolutely not. There is no way. Nope, we did not get that house. Hell no. I don't do roaches. I don't do nothing. And you want to know something, T? That was a very expensive wig. Now, I was super foolish back then. I could have just knocked the roach off. I'm kind of mad because that was a lace front.
Jack, what the tenant said, the tenant said, if the tenant said it was just 1 or 2 roaches.
Exactly. I'm just like, that's no, the tenant gonna, no, I don't do roaches. Absolutely not.
Y'all won't believe this. It ain't no roaches.
Yeah, right. You see how nasty that house was, y'all? That house was nasty.
So
absolutely not. No. You know what? And if you do have, I slept with the lights on all the white bed. I don't blame you. All shoes. Exactly. You turn them shoes upside down. I can't live like that again. It was only for a few months and they got the building under control. No. Look, you said a few months. I can't even for a minute. I cannot with roaches. That is a immediate hard no. And another thing in Boston, what I couldn't stand was they had mice. And when I tell you these mice are straight disrespectful, coming out when companies there and some more stuff, like that's a whole nother thing. I don't know what's worse, the mice or the roaches. So
she said they got in a lift with toothbrush. A lift with them?
No, what are you talking?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, absolutely not. We got
my gosh.
No. We
that one got me a lift though. Wow.
Oh my, 2 flying roaches and then the lift broke down. She's talking about the Uber, right? The lift.
That's a different one.
Oh, are you talking about? Are you talking about the lift? Are you talking about like the elevator, or are you talking about the cab company? I think she's talking about the elevator. Lindsay C, are you talking about the elevator lift or the
One me said
yes.
We have rat outbreaks in Scottsdale. I can't even stand rats.
In Scottsdale? Isn't Scottsdale supposed to be like the most expensive part of Arizona? Oh my gosh, rats? There was some other stuff out there.
I know somebody who lives in Scottsdale. He ain't telling me about the rats now. He talk about how he keep meeting all these sports players out there. He didn't say nothing about them rats.
Lindy C said she was stuck.
I'm gonna have to hit him up now.
Lindy C said she was stuck on the elevator with the roaches for 20 minutes. I would have died. Goodness, I would have died. It would have been the end of Jackie. There is no way I could have done that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. And they were flying around. Can you imagine being on an elevator with the? Oh my gosh, y'all got me hot out here. I had to take off my jacket. That thing was too funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let us know if y'all want to do a late night with Jackie and T. That would probably be fun. After hours with Jackie and T. Yes, I thought it was for if that's crazy. Yes, I thought if the rich folk got them because of the fruit trees. Oh my goodness.
Rats ain't worse.
No, absolutely not. I cannot do a rat. You know what? We went to New York one time. And why do I keep doing this? Because this side is like lopsided. We went to New York one time and we seen a rat like walk across the street. It was the craziest thing. So I was like, oh no, I can't do rats. I can't do roaches. I can't do anything that really flies. I can't do snakes. I can't do none of that. It's just crazy. I can't do none of it. None of it. So my cat used to bring dead rats home, and I think I would have got rid of that cat. That would have been the end of being that cat right there. I had inspections done on my home too, because that freaked me out. I paid for netting and everything else. I would have moved out if I would have saw one. Let me tell you something. Like that would have been a non-negotiable right there. Yep, I would have take nothing out there. Y'all, still figuring it out. Y'all goats, this live stream, we got to work harder.
I was just messaging them.
Oh my goodness. This they were gifts. Oh nah. It was some of the nicest homes in the state. Yeah. But let me tell you, look, I'm telling you, it's like that. Like you go to them homes, and it's nothing like what you would expect. The minute I see that, because I think that's just so trifling. Like you going to see something, and then the realtor could have swept that roach on out the way, or just something like that. You do the walkthrough before you even go through the house. Like, I mean, come on now, that's just crazy talk. We have snakes and rats, small ones, and geckos. Yeah, we have geckos out here too. We have snakes. We only seen one snake since. No, we've seen a couple because I don't know. I think Florida's releasing snakes. I really do. I think they're releasing snakes. I don't know if y'all got any love bugs. Let me know if y'all got some love bugs, but we have love bugs. Oh my goodness, some things are so annoying. It's the saddest story. Like they only live for 3 days. Like they have sex and then they have kids in 3 days. It's the craziest thing. And then they die. That's it. That's their whole life, to like have sex and die and make kids and all this other stuff. But they just go, and you don't want them because your whole car will get stripped from whatever acid they have. But and scorpions, yeah, we had we had scorpions in El Paso when we were out there for 4 years. Do you have alligators? Yes, we do have alligators. Yes, we do have the gators. Yes, but they do not walk around like people like you would see on TV. Yes, we have them. Wherever you see a body of water, anybody will tell you it could potentially have an alligator in it. Yes. We have I don't know if you we showed the picture of the townhouse, right? We did the video of the townhouse.
Yeah, we did a walkthrough.
Okay, so when we go back to the townhouse, because of the whole different setup there will be, we'll definitely show you the water outside of our townhouse, because the townhouse is on the water, and we'll show you the alligators. There's alligators that live out there. They come up. They don't ever come on the bank, but you can see them swimming around. So we'll make sure that we can capture footage so you can see that.
The thing with the gators is that people keep just wanting to bother the gators, and that's when things happen. People will see them and they go over there, hey gator, hey gator, hey gator, and that's when things happen. They want to touch them and everything like that, and that's when things happen. Especially they like to take their little dolls over there to these huge gators. Like, what are you doing? You setting yourself up for for a disaster to happen. Things like that, or
people do some foolish shit.
Or when they see the babies out there, the same thing. They go bother the babies, and unfortunately, they take out the babies. Like just let them be. Isn't like
I don't know why. Alone. Like just leave animals and reptiles alone, then they won't bother you. I don't know why humans just want to go ahead and just attack everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They think it. It don't even look friendly though. Like it's not the thing that looks friendly. And I don't get it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that footage, Lindsay. See, we just went over there. What was it? A few days ago. It was on Sunday. Yeah, we went over there on Sunday. No, it was Monday. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, we went over there on Monday, and there was gators outside, and the kids was like, "Oh, look at the gators and stuff like that." So we went over there. T, did you get a picture on your phone of the gator that we can post to the community of the gator?
I will have to find. I have a picture of the huge gator that was over here.
Yeah,
I only have the big gator. I don't have a picture of the baby gators.
Yeah,
this one's a huge gator. We can definitely post that one. We'll just put it, something for the lab. We can definitely post that.
Why me said she would rather see a gator in my backyard than a rat or a mouse. I don't know. Them gators, I don't know. Them gators are kind of quick. I don't want to see. How about this? I don't want to see none of them. I don't want to see no rat. I don't want to see no mouse. I don't want to see no gator. I don't want to see no
but they don't
gecko.
Bother, like,
none of that.
They don't, like, even the ones over at the townhome. Like, if you step out on there, they take off because they're fearful because people keep basically going at them, shooting them and everything like that, and then they gotta defend themselves and do what they gotta do. They do that. They do the what's it called? The roll. It's called something roll. I can't think.
I don't know.
Somebody might know what it is, but they do a roll.
The gator roll.
Grab you and it snaps you and they just spin.
Oh yeah, they trying to take you. They trying to go for the kill.
But yeah, people just love. Even like we have, of course, snakes. People like to go out there and mess with snakes. Okay, let me go, and then they get bit and don't know what type of snake it is that bit them. And then they losing a limb.
People just crazy. I'm telling you, people do the craziest things.
Go buy the rattlesnakes and everything. Like
they just
some crazy stuff. I mean, I remember being in the field in the army, and the dude got bit by a rattlesnake 3 times. Because he took its top off. He laid it down on the ground. We were out there, and then we picked it up as a rattlesnake that bit him 3 times.
That would have been the end of it. That would have been the end of my military career.
It was even a guy out there who got bit by a brown recluse, and he called himself Spider-Man. He had a big hole in his neck over there. I mean, he's lucky to even survive that, but people love to, for some reason, mess with things that they don't really know much about.
Yeah.
Leave the things alone.
And I don't know why they also have cicadas. I don't know if they have those in Chicago or where you're at right now, but those things that just fall out the trees. I cannot with them. They make a lot of noise. I hate them. I can't do that either. I'm just not really an outdoorsy, person like that. I like to be in a house, as you can tell. I just rather not be with any of those animals as you would put them, but no. But T, you oh yes, yeah, they are really loud. T's brother used to pick them up, and I'm like, and used to bring them over to us. I'm like, ew, like, remember he used to pick up the cicadas and bring them here. You want this? Like,
my brother, he's a full nature boy. I mean, he climbed trees and all type of stuff.
Like, absolutely not. No. But we are definitely coming to the end of our live. This has definitely been fun. I know we've been trying to do this for like the past 15 minutes, get up off this live. But I'm telling you,
Josh, you hungry, right? So you want me?
Don't blame that on me. Who do y'all think talked more today? Was it me or T? Who do you think talked more? Yep, be honest. I think it was T.
I see
T
Jack.
had it.
I see Jack. I see Jack. I don't see a single T in the comments.
I don't do camping. I don't do none of that because I need too many things. And they say you can't bring no deodorant, you can't bring no perfume, or you can't bring It's like, boom. Jack.
I told you. I done seen about 10 Jacks in the comments. I done seen about 10 of them.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. I didn't talk so much. I done got hot. No, but this has been good. We still have a good audience. This is what's up. This is what we do it for. This is so. Lindy C, come on, y'all know. What's it mean? Oh my goodness. And see, this is why we have our personal channels too. Because, just go on and on. Y'all wouldn't believe what we go through just to make one video to condense it down. It's just so much talking and we have to take so much stuff out just because it goes off on a tangent. So that's why I like the, they all said Jack.
See? Mm-hmm.
TV looking at you like, are you?
Exactly. Right.
Oh
come on. You can't be. You can't be. No. See, we made a bet, so now I didn't want to bet.
Oh my goodness! But T, I think you talked for a very long time.
I mean, I talk, but you still, nah, not more you. Nah, nah. Remember the wig comment, Beyonce?
Oh my goodness, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep, sure enough.
It's funny.
Sure enough. Well, I'll work on that, y'all. I'll let T do more than talking. He just can't trigger me. It's just things that he say that it just takes me off on a tangent. I don't know. Yeah, I think he does that on purpose.
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
No, you are gonna say
Let's
something.
Let's go ahead and give an outro.
Yeah, you do your outro.
No, it's on you. I did the intro.
No, T, I'm tired.
Nice
Look, my throat is hurting.
Oh, now she don't want to talk, y'all. Y'all see that?
My throat. Why you think I got the same water? This water had to last for 2.5 hours. I don't even know how.
Do we got a rock, paper, scissors or something to make this happen?
You do the outro. This was an online family reunion minus the barbecue.
I know we need to do barbecue.
we need to do more more of these. I know it's late, y'all, especially if you're out here on the East Coast. I know a lot of people are on the West Coast. I know a lot of people definitely on the other side of the world. But yeah. I mean, we don't go to bed until 1 or 2 in the morning. Not saying we about to be on a live till 1 or 2 in the morning, but after this, we about to get up early. We about to go chop it up some more, talk about the live. But this was definitely fun. Now, I think this was the best live ever.
And this is it for this place.
And this is it for the place. But we definitely wanted to show y'all. Definitely, have our last live here. Well, not our last live, but this is our last live in this home. The next one you will see it in the townhouse. What do you say? That's me too. Yeah, I don't be going to bed, and then I say I'm so tired and all this other stuff. Well, please, I be up until 2 o'clock, just up, just doing nothing, and it's not even like I'm doing anything. I'm not on my phone or nothing. Just my mind is always racing. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have said that. I'm always thinking client work and all this other stuff. I don't know. I need my head to rest. Yep. And get up at 6. You know what? That's me too. I remember when we used to drink and stuff. My grandma always said, do not drink if you can't get up in the morning. Yep. Drinking out 2 o'clock in the morning, getting up, having to go to work by 6. Absolutely not. Nope, don't do it. I'm not saying you go out and drink, right? Not condoning that, but you know how it is. This was so fun, T, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like this. I am so hot right now. Y'all don't even know. Got that? Y'all see this over here? Don't act like wait. Can they see this? Hold on. Wait a minute. Do they see that? Y'all see the fireplace in the back of us?
No, you have to move the other way.
Oh, this one. Let me just move up the way.
Yeah,
see the fireplace in the background? That thing is hot. It got me hot. I don't know. I had on my jacket. I don't know what I was thinking doing this.
It changes to nice colors. That's my favorite one, the blue. Mm-hmm. I love seeing the blue one.
Yep. Yeah, we put I should have did the purple. I didn't realize that the TV was purple right now.
I mean, it's a color changing thing. You could set it so it keeps changing color stuff. But
yeah. So do your outro. Come on.
Y'all see how she keeps.
Before I start a whole nother conversation, you know how I am. Come on.
All right, family. It has been nice as usual. We definitely appreciate everybody for showing up. Huge shout out to everybody out there, of course. We will see you guys again. We have to figure out a way to notify you guys. So if someone knows, just let us know, because we're putting it in the post, but we got to figure that out. So until next time, guys, we will see you. And another video will be dropping soon, probably before we go live again, because we got to move and set everything
up. So we're going to be releasing a lot more videos. November is that month. December, we're going to definitely turn it up again. Just catch us on our personal channels for more content out there.
And even how I say my outro when I be like, see ya, somebody even taking, God, people taking all
we got to do another outro, See you next time. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.
Peace out. See ya.